Alright then, let's get this on a fucking road,
It's
dude.
crazy how time flies when you're doing this.
We're doing shit, and we haven't even started. We actually even started yet.
We're pretty much on time, just
We're
a
on
little
time,
bit late.
just yeah. Alright, let's get this rolling. I think this is working. I think we're good. Holy shit, I think that's really loud volume. I do apologise for that. Let's move the microphone this way here. Looking at the bar, I went red. I was like, oh god.
That's more of your sound level bar thing,
Yeah.
really.
But
Like, I'll give you this close. It's not really that much louder than over here.
yeah. But anyway, with that out of the way, with that out of the way, and now everyone in the way, this is the way. Do not delay.
Door.
Door. That door brings you in, and you can sit down on the seats and sit down and enjoy the nice hearing of the Beardy podcast.
That went crazy. That went
That went on a whole journey. You come in for a convention, you get taken out, you get brought back in, you sit down, you go to a different room. Oh my god.
No, was that TED Talk? We'll catch you next week.
That's exactly it. Oh god.
We should do that one day, make a 10-second episode.
Oh, it's like 10 minutes.
Welcome to the Beardy Bros podcast. Bye.
What's up, Beardies and Beardettes? Like I said, welcome back again for another fine episode of the Beardy Bros podcast.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, let's see what we've got this week. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff this week that's happened. Not much to talk about. We're coming off of Halloween. We had last week's episode, which was the Halloween episode. We are now on the rolls to chugging on through to Christmas, so we've only got a couple of weeks now to Christmas, and then we'll have our Christmas.
It's over a month.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
That's like 6 weeks away. 7 weeks.
Yeah, enough, dude.
They'll go pretty quick.
We're already in the first week of November. It's nearly over.
It's nearly cold now.
Yeah, that's how long it's taken. You prepared your tea at the start of November. It's now the 6th.
I always prepare my tea at the start of November. Wait, every month.
Every month. Oh my god, you prepare in November and last your whole year.
Yeah. I do it every November, just make one tea a year.
Oh my god. All that tea. Homebrew.
All that tea. Homebrew tea. Could be good.
Homebrew.
Homebrew tea.
Well,
Make
of
all your
course.
stuff, put them in a little... I actually found out if you cut a tea bag and take the stuff out, like snip the end of it, take it out, stand it up, then put a lighter to it, it actually flies away.
Oh, the bag itself, yeah.
It like gets to a certain point, then it just goes. It's like,
it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Because it becomes lighter than air. Like,
Because
wow.
the material and the oxygen and the fire and it all does this whole thing.
I didn't believe it until someone tested it.
Yeah, it's pretty legit. It's pretty funny to watch. It is very quick though. It happens like that.
But it's weird that tea bags are so like this fucking tall when you undo them.
Yeah, because how much
they're laid by 3 times or something.
Oh, something like that. Yeah, I've got a couple.
And the funny thing was they opened it and they took the stuff out and they laid it on a piece of paper towel. And they're like, "You've been drinking this. It looks like ashes, like it looks like ash and cigarette butts and shit."
Oh god.
And they're like, "You drink this."
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Yeah, tea's just chopped up leaves and flowers and all
Well,
kinds of
anything
stuff.
really, like fruits and veggies and whatever
All the
flavor you
leaves.
get.
Usually the leaves.
No, but you can get like chunks of
Oh, yeah, fruit and stuff, yeah.
fruits and that with like a mango tea or whatever the frick it is. You get like very like dried mango and stuff, chop it up.
Yeah.
Which is pretty damn cool. How would honey work though? Do you just dry honey then just break it up? Like,
I think, yeah, possibly little honey bits. I've
I
got
want
to
to
check.
I want
So I have
that.
my chamomile, honey, and vanilla, so I've got to check whether it's honey bits.
Exactly. How does that work? How does that convert to a tea bag? Like,
Look, chamomile is a flower, so yeah.
no, but the honey on the flower, dry the flower. Who knows?
Could be. Who knows? Find out next episode. Oh,
next
God,
episode, we'll deliberately look for all these fucking things on the internet about
just playing
how to
with
make
teas.
all these different teas.
Just a tea episode. being this week, I'll say, being the week of November, the first week of November, it has passed. But being that it's the first week, it's always, as always, I always love it. The remember, the 5th of November. That's a good movie.
I'm lost.
V for Vendetta.
Never seen it.
I've never seen it. Guy Fawkes, that's that mask, that always you see everyone with that mask.
I know what that. I haven't seen the movie.
It's a good movie. Natalie Portman's in it.
Now I know why people are posting about it on Instagram. Like,
Yeah, dude. Vendetta is played by Hugo Weaving. V for Vendetta is Hugo Weaving and Natalie Portman.
Is it a must watch or just a good movie?
Cult classic. It's kind of like it's a vigilante, kind of like superhero kind of movie. Yeah.
Oh,
Vigilante kind of stuff, yeah.
I'll watch it one day.
It's a good classic.
I've always seen it places, just haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the idea of like being. It's not technically superhero, but like it's that concept of being an action film. You know, that kind of genre of action.
Like a Die Hard thing. Where he's forced into saving people and shit.
Kind of there.
Not forced, but like he has the choice to or not.
Yeah, and he's like the vigilante. He comes out every 5th of November and does it for the people or whatever. It's I can't remember.
Every
It's been so long.
5th of November. That's a weird date.
Vigilante. Something like, it's been
Like,
so
who
long.
remembers that? If you're like, who? Oh fuck! It's the 5th. I'm late.
I'm late for a very important date.
My costume. Where is it? It's not washed. It's been a year.
Yeah, I can't exactly remember, so don't at me in the comments. But yeah, it's definitely a good classic. Definitely a good classic.
I thought it was Antonio Banderas, but that's the other one, Mask of Zorro.
Mask of Zorro. Oh yeah, Mask of Zorro.
I keep mixing them up. I don't know how. Here's another good movie, so.
So, I wanted to step back to a couple of episodes. So remember how? Because I was curious. Because my mind was sitting there, and I was curious to see if I had done anything. So, remember how we talked about the Tinder Dream thing that I had the other episode?
Yeah.
I wanted. So I was curious about it. So I was like, okay, let's see what happened. So I was curious. So I re-downloaded it to see if I'd posted anything. And when I went, last I was curious if I'd changed anything, uploaded any photos. I wanted to see if I'd done. You know what I mean?
If you actually logged in, at least.
Yeah. So when I went to download and log in, I logged in. My account had been deleted.
I'm guessing it banned or deleted.
It was like, hey, welcome back.
Got banned. I wasn't even on there.
It was like a weird. Well, that's exactly because I heard people can like come back to their accounts and they're like reactivated. Like they're still there. Everything was there. I went in, everything was gone, and it was like setting up a new account. And I'm like,
yep.
Did I do something? I'm like, what the fuck happened? I'm like,
you probably abused a fuck ton of people in your sleep, and it's like, ban.
I was curious after we talked about it, and after you'd said, you know, did you do anything? Did you log in? Did you check? Because after I told you, said, no, I didn't. I just deleted it because I was like, what the fuck? This is a weird dream.
Well, apparently deleted it.
So I thought, oh, I'm gonna re-download it just to actually see if I actually had logged into the account. And I was like, okay, let's actually log in. And yeah, everything was like, because I remember
That's weird.
People saying that you could still have your stuff there or whatever it was, and it was like it just deactivates, like anything like Facebook and stuff like that. When you delete it, like doesn't delete it, like deactivates, so it just goes into like sleep mode, and then you come back and all your content's there. You just can't
find it.
Yeah, so you can't find it. All your content stays there. It's referred and referenced. So when I logged back in, because it was all like that I could remember to log in with, it was just like, it was like setting up a new account. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like it didn't like it was. I know, it was fucking weird because I was trying to remember because I remember what I logged in with, like, because it's years ago, I could vaguely remember what I used. And yeah, it was just like everything had been deleted, and I'm just like, what the fuck did I do in my sleep? Like, did something fucking happen? I don't know.
I think if you're gone for a certain amount of time, it just deletes it.
It just deletes it, you reckon?
Yeah, because I logged into mine and I was banned. Like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It said you've been banned.
What did you do?
Probably the same thing. I didn't do anything.
It was just weird
banned.
because I was like, what the fuck happened? Because I was like, I want to know if I actually done anything. I was like, and my mind was like thinking, I wonder if I actually logged in, if I'd done anything. I was like, let's actually check. Like, I'll follow this up as a follow-up story.
You can't because you can't tell now.
No, the whole thing was...
didn't.
Everything was deleted. There was no profile picture. There was no bio. There was nothing there. I was like, oh, okay.
Maybe you deleted it in your sleep.
It just had my name and my age, and I was like, oh, okay. It knows my date of birth still, so I kept track of that.
But just everything else is gone.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. So
maybe you did do that.
maybe I end up logging into my subconscious and deactivating my account personally. I don't know.
Well, you can't do that though, because
I don't know. That's why I'm confused. That's why I wanted to follow up. That's like I was
deleted
curious.
every part of it except for the name and the age.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. I don't know, but the mystery is now solved. So moved on from that. That's done and dusted. So I'm like, yeah, account's deleted. Sweet.
Apparently. Who knows? It's probably out there
I don't
somewhere.
need it. I don't need it. So
there's a Dale out there. The full fucking
someone stole my account and pretending to be me.
He was like, "Who the yeah, there's a Dale on there."
That's great. It's just fucking. It's the most weirdest fucking story. Like I was just like, what the fuck. I still can't get over it. That's why I was like, it's still sitting in the back of my head. Like, what the fuck was I doing in my sleep? The amount of times I fall asleep.
Puzzling yourself.
Dude, the amount of times I fall asleep with like my phone, like on YouTube or like TikTok and shit like that, it's just fucking weird.
Right?
It's just like, oh, it's such a bad habit though. Because I used to like old habits of like falling to sleep with like, I used to, in my old room living with my parents, I used to have my TV and game stuff, so I'd like chuck my TV on and I'd fall asleep with my TV. And I'd just like watch my TV and wake up in the morning and it should be running. Like, oh, okay, let's turn it off. You know, I'd run YouTube and, you know, stuff like that. So I'd always watch movies and TV shows. I'd just chuck them on and just watch them and just have it play while I slept. And now, like, it's been like that for a while now where it's like, for the last, I guess, 5 years, now 6 years. How long have me and my partner been together now? 6 years?
Oof.
Like, we've been together for a long time now. And we haven't really had the principle of having TV in the room.
Or you don't really. When you got your own place, you don't really need that. It's always in the lounge room or something.
That's exactly it. But like, because I'm so used to like.
Because you got your phone and that really for.
Well, that's exactly it. So I go to sleep watching my phone now because I don't have a TV, so I'm always watching my phone, and I'll fall asleep with it now even more.
Just get up on the roof, just laying there.
Well, I'm thinking like, should I get a little mini projector and hook it up to the ceiling? Dude, just have it to project to the ceiling, a little mini projector. I could just lay in bed and just look up.
You know what you do? You prank out by having something falling from the thing, like
like it's like an elevator for like meteor shower or something.
It's like,
and so she like roll over herself, like, what's the slide? Cool. Falling on her, like nightmare fuels, but
all of a sudden you get whacked. Whoosh. It's falling.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of other ways that I could like.
For projector, you actually need the sheet up there if you haven't got like a white roof.
The sheet falls.
Put like a thing behind it, like a thing over it, and just make it like a white sheet and just.
It's just
prank. I don't get how people get away with just a prank, bro.
It's just a prank, bro.
You're a fucking idiot. Like, if you hurt someone, it's just a prank, bro. You're a fucking idiot.
There's a lot of pranks I've been watching on TikTok that have just been going a tad too far lately. Like, I
was watching that Karen one where the lady had a shotgun. The dude was on his dirt bike going through her yard to get to a trail.
Yeah.
She's there with a shotgun. She unloaded all 7 rounds onto the ground and just like every few minutes, just unloading going off. And then she pointed it. It was like, get out of here. Like, your gun's empty. All your shells are down there. It's fucking stage. Like,
yeah. But it was like some of them, though, like those staged looking pranks. And I don't know if they're doing it with their friends or if they're staged still or if it's randoms. But like they're going like full pelt sometimes now. Like
yeah, even the random ones are fucked up. Like I've seen some chicks just go around doing some very inappropriate things to randoms.
Yeah.
And like they laugh, but it's more of uncomfortable. Like, what the fuck?
It's like, ha ha ha. Okay, that's awkward.
Like, what?
Well, I was like, there's this one guy I see a few times, and he does he makes stupid noises in song. Like he's like, oh, Pam, oh, he's like, oh, mommy, and like, oh, like it's like weird shit like they do on TikTok.
How's that funny though?
I know he does all these weird things, and they had this mate with him, and they're like making along this singing and stuff like that. And I think they had water balloons. This dude's walking out with his shopping, and they threw water balloons at him, and they're like, oh, and it's like, it's just a prank, and the dude like fucking like belts him in the face. I was like, well, what do you think's gonna happen?
That's what you get for soaking someone.
Yeah, I was like, good. And I was like, people need to learn.
grocery store. Like,
No,
why?
are you coming? I think it was at a like groceries or appliance store or something like that.
Well,
Yeah.
still, why?
It was coming out and they just chucked him at him and it's just like, what the fuck? And they're like, oh, it's just a prank. And then he's like, no, fucking punched him and
Pranks
oh.
are harmless. Like, you don't really hit someone. You don't
And
really
then I think it was
cause harm.
yeah, well that's
Because
exactly
water
it.
balloons can do damage if you're not careful.
Or damaged goods or whatever.
Because I've been hit by a water balloon that didn't pop.
Yeah, it can belt.
They sting. Like, it slaps you.
That was I think I don't know if it's the same person as well or if it was another person doing a prank. But you know how have you ever seen the videos where they make it look like things come over the aisles and fall on you? Like, have you ever seen those where they drop a bucket and like, oh no, it's come over
and
the
then
side? Or,
someone's like,
who was it? And they're like, who was it? Yeah, there was this dude. It looked like it was done through Halloween, like before Halloween, like leading into it or whatever, because he had like a pumpkin, and he like smacked this person in the back of the head with this giant pillow. It looked like it fucking belted them. Like they're like, what the like it really hit them, and then he's like, oh, and then like all these other pillows come over the aisles, and he's like, oh no, and he like drops his pumpkin. He's like, my pumpkin. He's like, oh, and the lady just fucking slaps him in the face.
how's that funny though? Like, I don't get it.
And he's like, it's just a prank. It's just a prank. I'm like, it's like, no, it's not. You're being a fucking dick. It's just like people are just doing stuff to abuse people, and then be like, oh, it's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank.
But you can't just say that. Like, you've
That's the same as like,
like
it's just stupid.
flour in the face or something. Like, if you get a water bottle and squirt it in their face, that's a prank.
Well, it's like the same thing. There's like the
Like-
there's like some Australian blokes that do it. I don't know if you've ever seen. I can't remember what their names are. I don't really want to give them clout for it, but there's a couple of
Yeah.
different Australian YouTubers and TikTokers and Instagram. Like they use different platforms to post when they post, but they always do pranks to each other. And there was one that they filmed that they were at Dreamworld. I don't know if it was they paid to have the park for themselves or it was just dead park or whatever it is. Like these guys have money. Like these guys have money. Like that's
Yeah,
the
but you
thing.
wouldn't pay for a park just for yourself.
But you know, but like they're walking around stuff doing different things, and one bloke's like having his fucking drink and shit, and it's kind of a bit like they kind of like stage it sometimes a bit, but sometimes they do shit to each other, like it's just typical like jackassy kind of shit they do to each other. But like there's a part in Dreamworld where there's like goes into the kids area, there's like this little walkway kind of like bridge. It's an illusion to be like a bridge across the little pond thing, and they basically slap the dude's fucking drink and they throw it in like it goes into the fucking pool, the little water area bit. Like it's basically littering. I think they knocked his hat off or something like that, and they're like, oh, and then he fucking he's like, what the fuck? And you can see he's like looks genuinely pissed and just chases after him. It's like, did you guys like think about getting the fucking rubbish out? Like, did like I don't know what happened after the scene, but like. You just like the half the shit these people do, like they just litter, they do whatever the fuck they want. It's like that's littering and causing problems
It's
for
like they got no rules,
staff. Like you know,
It's not because they're on TikTok that they're untouchable. That thing.
like it doesn't matter. We've got money. It's like money doesn't always solve your problems. There's a difference between having money and being respectful. You know, having some
Which
dignity.
none of them people
respect.
are.
It's just all for clout.
They'll
It's
invade
like-
anyone's privacy just to get
Yeah.
a funny clip.
Pretty much. They do all kinds
Which
of
is
shit.
not. I reckon if that happened to me, if someone came, I wouldn't even play with it.
Like these
I'd
same.
just full serious, like, fuck off.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like sometimes these guys will like. It looks like it's
And then
staged.
they have to
though.
re-record someone else. So
Well, like there's other stuff they've done as well. Like it looks like it's staged because they look like the same people they always seem to go up to in public, and they pretend to start fights with. Like there's always people that they
and
always
they
try to start
always
fights
pretend
with.
like, oh, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, and then
Like,
they like fucking strip down and like let's go, and the person freaks out and they run off. You ever seen any of those ones?
nah.
They're fucking dumb. They'll be all fully dressed and then they basically have the pop click clothing and they'll have like a G string on or whatever it is, like a male G string. Basically, what they do is they'll go up to someone, they pretend to like provoke them into a fight. Like, yeah, you want to go? You know how people usually rip off their shirt to start a fight? Like, you want to go? Yeah, and they do a rip and they basically rip all their clothes off and they're in a fucking G string. Like, yeah, let's go! And the dude freaks out and then they run off and they chase after him. Basically, that's a lot of stuff they do as well. But it's just like, what the fuck is this shit?
I just don't get it.
Like,
When there's
who's
so
going-
many jump cuts in videos.
Oh, you know, it's like
I was
with the
watching that one today, and it was like jump cut, jump cut, jump cut. In the one fucking thing, is like jump cut
you
every
know
like
it's
5 seconds.
edited, so you know it's like fake as well.
They got to get in character for the whole thing. So like, it's. So I don't like TikTok and that. Like, yes, people like it. Turning people into fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Like, who's it? Who's it helping? No one. People are abusing it.
Yeah.
Like the ones who are actually making content are not getting seen because these idiots. People watch it just to laugh at it. Like,
Yeah, exactly it. It's just like I don't know how people find it funny sometimes. I don't get
I've
it.
never once laughed at a TikTok. Maybe maybe one or something. I don't fucking know.
Oh,
But
there's a few
they're
I
not
find them
funny.
pretty good, but like, yeah, it's not
Yeah, but
like
usually they
super
put you in a
haha.
shit mood, and then you find a funny one, and you're like,
Get a bit of
like
chuckle. Depends on what grind you get stuck in, because they really kind of put you in a category of stuff on TikTok, and you'll find a whole bunch of like category videos. Because like, I'll get a theme of like
I'm still not
content.
installing TikTok. Fuck that.
Get the Tic Tacs. Like, what is it chucking me on at the moment? It says for users. That's a snake. We've got someone's live. There's like early '90s TikTok. It's like all the different like stuff. Like it can give you different like. It'll put you in a genre. Like we don't know what we're gonna be in. Like
the one that I watch really is that cabbie dude.
oh, okay.
Cabbie.
Like there's all this weird shit you'll get sometimes. It's like this is the for you side of things. Oh, we got
The
we
dude
got some
who's always
news.
like this.
Oh, we got cosplay TikTok.
Yep.
We got Halloween cosplay TikTok. We got someone fingering food TikTok. We got this person telling you wait. Like, and that's all you do. You get caught and you just keep going and going and you just get yourself stuck in a rabbit hole. And next when you watch one video and you don't realize you've watched like 100 videos or something because they're just 15
I only
seconds
do it while
long.
I'm pooping. So
Pooping.
so done is gone.
Pooping.
All reels.
Pooping. So plants.
Just think your TikTok. Oh, your reels TikToks watched by people poop.
Like it's.
Because I don't give a shit.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Oh man.
Helicopter. Oh, something crashed.
Like, I never did MySpace back in the day.
Don't get stuck on TikTok while we're doing a podcast.
Yeah, it does. You're fucking addicted.
Oh yeah, it can be addictive. You don't realise it's just entertainment. It's just right there. That's my secret.
No, but like that cabbie dude, like dude who's like takes the most weirdest simple thing. He goes, "That dude's fucking funny."
Yeah.
There's no sound at all. It's just
He just.
Yep, that's content.
And there's another guy that does another one that's like that. He does like watches reacts and he's just like, why? You've seen him? He does seem like he's like
No,
he's basically the same kind of principle where he just looks at it, he just reacts and just goes, and he like does the solution, and then the other dude just basically does the same. Like he doesn't really go to the solution. He just looks and just like this is dumb, and he just goes, why? like how? Like it's like what the fuck? In the most dumbest.
Those are people making good content.
And then the one that irks me the most.
Not the most original or nothing, but like it's still better than what's mostly on there.
The ones that irk me the most on TikTok are the stupid face pullers. Have you seen? You know what I'm talking about?
I've seen one had jam on her face, and she was like saying haters can. You're acknowledging the haters, which means you care about the haters.
But like, don't get anything
all
but
the
like.
videos about haters. It's like if you make it about them, they're gonna keep coming back.
And then they're using that as their fuels to bring the haters in because it's still giving them views.
She pulls funny faces and makes funny voices, like
that's what I mean. I see so many of these TikToks. I just scroll past them now, and they're just like.
Unless you're Jim Carrey.
It's like, what the fuck? Are you having a stroke? Are you okay?
Jim Carrey does that the best.
Like Jim Carrey does it, but like there's a story to it when he does it. And he does it usually with impressions, not just like over exaggerating, like lip syncing with like stupid faces. I see so many people doing. I'm like, are you guys right? I just look at the TikTok and when I'm seeing something, I'm like, are you fine? Like, are you mentally okay? Like, do you need some help or something? Like, what is your problem? Like, are you having a stroke or?
What is the point of TikTok though? Like the point, like nothing.
It's just making 15-second clips, like mini clips.
Yeah, like
sharing mini moments.
That's
basically what it was. It's just the exact same thing. Like, what it was from was Musical.ly, which was designed to be dances and lip syncs to music videos. That was the main principle because it was Musical.ly. They converted the name to TikTok, but Vine was the mini short. Vine was different. Vine was actually making mini short videos.
It should have been
was the whole thing. Which TikTok now is basically Vine 2.0. It's exactly Vine 2.0, but Musical.ly
just eventually go.
That's why
everyone's like, I'm done.
Well, that's why sounds is a big thing because you think about if you go back to Vine, Vine was just videos. There was no audio, was part of things. There was no narrative with music. There's no nothing. You know what I mean?
Well,
now you look at TikTok.
Vine, so.
TikTok has been very music based. Like a lot of videos are lip syncing and dancing still, which is basically what Musical.ly was. It's still sticking to its roots of what Musical.ly is. That's why they have the licensing partnership with music.
It should be.
But
it shouldn't be other people's music though. Like it should be your own or something.
That's how it always was.
I've
though.
heard the same song like 20 times. I'm like,
Because
They do
like
the
because it
exact same
trends.
face things. Like,
Because trends and everyone does the exact same thing on the trends. Like you'll see, what like if I go to a viral sound and click on it, you look at all those videos. They'll be the exact same video. Like if I quickly find, I don't know which sound we're gonna find.
don't do
I'm
it.
oh this dude doing
Don't
a.
get trapped.
But like if I can find like this one's okay. I don't know which sound I just clicked on here. It looks like it must okay. It must have been Spider-Man. That's why. Okay, so it's some Spider-Man sound because it's some Spider-Man video clip with some sounds, which I'm going to use as a great segue. Now all the content in that is Spider-Man related. It's all Spider-Man related because the original video was Spider-Man. Everything else is Spider-Man related from there on out. So that's usually what happens.
Some of that wasn't. What
You'll,
the fuck?
yeah, you'll have some weird things. A lot of it's Green Goblin. But like you'll find like any of the audios.
Some of it.
So like if it's like an audio, oh god, that looks brutal. That tattoo. Okay, no, get out of it. No, I'm not making a TikTok. Close it. But like that's for an example. Like you'll find an audio, and if it's a trending audio, people will make more content that's just like that content. And it's just like then you're creating this repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. That your content's going to get lost in that sea of content. You'll find some people will use that content, use this narrative like joke that people are doing, but then change it up. There was one that I jumped onto, which I saw someone else change it up.
People miss the old original. They watch the new one and think the old one stole the content. Like,
so it's just this whole confusion because there's one where this joke was like when you're a teenager, like you did things when you're bored, like the first time, like this, it's basically sticking your dick in a fan. When you're bored as a teenager, you stick your dick in a fan. Like someone made it up with this sound because it's like the sound of something grinding the fan going like it's like a grind noise.
Oh.
So it's basically you putting your dick in the fan.
Yeah.
That was a noise. So there was a stream where that sound started, and a lot of people were doing that video. Then it changed, and I did one because I saw someone else do it, where it's basically shaving the first time, and you clip yourself. And now a lot of people have been doing that, so it's changed from doing the fan, you putting your dick in a fan, to now shaving your dick. When you're shaving, you clip your dick. When you're shaving with your nuts or something like that. It's now trended from putting your dick into a fan to now shaving your dick. It's just like what? Like it's interesting how the trend started as one style, and some because one person goes, "Oh, let's do this instead. I want to be different and make it a difference with this," and then it's just gone to that now.
It's not different. It's the same.
Similar concept.
Kind of the same.
That's what I mean. Like it's like a reboot of the meme.
Originality's dead now.
And there's a lot of stuff that's like that. You'll see like the same with the whole thing. You'll have that audio where that person like that. Oh no, the table it's broken. That fucking one meme, and then you hear it fucking everywhere. And there's like remix of songs, and like there's that one video where people.
It's not even cool. Like they just stand there.
Like that was like that. Listen, there's some people that just do boring remakes, but like there's videos now that people are basically almost recreating those events to try and replicate the exact scenario. Or not exactly the same scenario because that kid was like stacking bricks on a glass table or something, and the glass broke, like the table broke, whatever it is. So they do. People are going in the same concept where they're trying to do things to put that in the concept of the table eventually breaking, or even if it's other scenarios where something's breaking but they match the audio up, and people are just doing these things to make it seem like the same thing almost. But it's just like you're not doing anything. You're specifically scripting the scenario to match a random event that just happened. And I think a lot of things too, random events that happen naturally are more entertaining than watching scripted events. So
I find the random things funny as shit.
Because it's pure natural moments. Like it's like those fails and wins and stuff. You'll find
the ones who fall down, the ones who go jumping and like slip and stuff like that. Like you can't plan that.
No, exactly it. And then you see those that are fake, and you can see it. Like there was one I watched this TikTok where it was basically scripted. But it was like it went from a script to unplanned because it was meant to be this person walking down. They're meant to be kind of like drunkish kind of thing. They were coming into this area and there was like hill, and they're meant to fake fall. And then when they fell, they actually fell. And when they landed and hit down, you can see in the like, I watched the clip multiple times to watch. The dude looked like he snapped his fucking wrist. Because when he when he tripped and slipped and fell, and he's like pretending to be drunk or whatever it is, you see him hit.
Your arms out.
And well, he didn't. It's just his arms flayed when he flipped and rolled. And when it hit, it looked like, because you see him there, and you see him laying there, and you see him holding his hand, like, on his other hand, like, holding it, like, oh, God. And you don't see anything after that. But, like, when you see it fall, you see it flail around, and it slaps, and he, like, rolls on it, and it, like, keeps going. I'm like, oh, that looks like, it looked like it snapped from, like,
probably
the wrist.
sprained or something.
Like, it looked like it snapped. Like, you can, if you push down the pressure and you roll and you keep going, that's going to either dislocate or snap. Like, you can, and it just flops.
You tuck your arms in when anytime you fall, you keep your arms down.
Just try and pull them in, yeah. Or like
no
that.
one does that.
but you can't.
Because you don't think of it, because it's all of a sudden just down.
Exactly, it's a split second, it's a split moment. But if you've trained your reflexes to do that, you will do that. Like you will.
Like when I slipped on concrete before, I went straight back. I did go like that to stop myself by accident. I'm like,
I've learned when I fall forwards, like your arm goes out, and I've learned to like pull it in. So when you're kind of going with it, if you do impact into your hand, because you're already doing that motion, you've got that motion already happening to absorb the pressure, not just like snapped out and you're going to fall onto it.
You just drop your legs and just go.
So if you fall, like but if you're falling forwards, you kind of like I've learned
try and
to
catch yourself on something.
Yeah, I've learned to like kind of impact or try and twist, so I land on my sides.
Go like that because
you've learned to
land
like
straight.
So if you're going forwards, you either fall.
You're not going to snap going like that.
It takes time, but you can practice your muscle memory to do it. So if you practice yourself to fall, and you steer yourself after a while, you will learn to muscle memory enough times in practice to fall.
The amount of times I've tripped on cords, and you just know if you got a cord, you keep hopping, you keep hopping.
That's exactly it. Most of the times nowadays, I've learned to catch myself with my feet, and it really hurts because you end up doing yourself a splits. So if you're like falling, you like try an extra step, you're like, oh, and you take an extra step, and you're like, ah. I do that sometimes, or I try and grab onto something most of the time as well. But yeah, I try to gather myself with my feet first, so I end up doing like weird splits and stuff.
You get fucking mini heart attacks.
Oh.
I did that out in the kitchen. I was just walking on tiles and my foot just went.
Yep.
And I guess if a heart attack, I was like, where on the pitch? Just grabbed onto it and whoa.
Saved yourself.
I hate tiles.
Oh yeah, they're the worst. They can get real slippery.
Like if you're wearing like smooth shoes, slippers, anything, if there's a little wet spot, if you touch that, you're gone.
Oh, I remember that working in the kitchens, like fucking those floors, because they're designed to like not take.
They're smooth, like they're fucking smooth.
You need the right shoes because those things get fucking slippery with like water and oils that end up going on.
By right, they should have them. What is it? Them black mats, like the hold mats. They should have those around the sinks and that. Really.
But oh my god, the amount of times they used to be slippery in the kitchens, like oh my god.
Yeah.
It was deadly. You had to be careful, but
Oil.
It just happens. It just happens. You don't have full control. Like it will spread all the way through the kitchen, like everywhere on these floors.
What is it? Cooking spray. If you don't spray that near your fucking floor, you can't see it.
Little bits of it will get everywhere.
You go over your sink and just
it gets
never
everywhere.
go to the floor. Flour.
It gets everywhere. Like it's ridiculous.
You go to your house, you can get killed by anything in the kitchen. You can sort of fall and crack your head.
Yeah.
On a bench, like you.
Oh, that was like one of the TikToks. That was like one of the TikToks I filmed. I was meant to actually coming back to that. I'm actually thinking of fake falling. I was trying to do a controlled fall, and I fucked up my distance where I landed, and there was a box there, and I grazed up my side against a box.
Ooh, that fucking hurts.
And it really fucking hurt because I was supposed to like guided fall against.
Like when it goes up the side of your arm and shit. Like
it went straight up my side of my back one time. It was like a whole.
I've done that going through there where the wardrobe is. I've nicked it like with my arm. Like sting. It's like oh.
Yep. It was fucked. It was like, no.
It doesn't do anything, but it's like a...
Skin graze.
I don't know how to put it. It's a graze, but you don't get nothing from it, though.
Yeah, it's like blood breaking the blood vessels on the edge of the skin kind of thing.
It's like getting punched, kind of, just slapped by a bit of wood.
Yeah. It's just funny.
I've done it. I've multiple times, more than I'd like to admit.
It happens.
Because I've got that much room between the bed and the wardrobe, and I've got to open the door and smack. Fucking stupid thing. You doing it again? You got a little dinky part.
Under my inside of my
beard.
The thing you were going to say?
Oh, I used to do the controlled falls all the time.
Yep.
Like at least 5 a day.
Yeah, it's good. It's good training.
Just go. Get straight back up. Oh, I'm fine. But now I do it. I'm like, unless you know how to fall.
Yeah.
Like I haven't fallen in years.
It's good balance. It's good training for your motor skills because then you know what a fall is, so you know how to predict a fall. So you know how to guide yourself. So if you know how to balance yourself.
You kind of tuck up.
So you know if you're gonna fall, how to
you
take
never
a fall.
extend anything.
Or at the same time, you know how if you're falling, you know what degree of what's going to be a fall. So you know, okay, this isn't that bad if I can catch myself. So you take the extra step, or you take.
Yeah, but you don't want to catch yourself on nothing high either because you can dislocate shoulders.
Oh
and
no, that's
elbows
exactly it.
and
No, that's
wrists.
what I mean. Like, But
Because
like,
if you go that way and your body goes backwards and you're, that's weird. Like you can just
yeah,
pop joints and
that's exactly it. But yeah,
I've
no,
done
like
that. It's not fun.
it just trains, like I said, just trains your body, and especially if you know what a fall, if you know, cause some people don't know what falls feel like because they're not used to having falls. So if you do, like I said again, if you don't, you know you're doing enough, you know your balance where, okay, I'm off balance here, okay, I'm actually falling. You know the difference between, oh no, this is just me leaning so far, this is safe. You know, I was like, oh, nothing that bad. Like I can grab onto something to catch myself, or I
Right?
can just take the extra step or balance, pull back, and I'm gonna like, you know the difference because you go, okay, I can feel that.
Like a joke then. That Conor McGregor. Oh. He couldn't brace.
No, fucking
He
he
was
tried to
decent.
brace, but he fucking broke his. Fucking, he had no foot to stand
Shin.
on. He had no
Yeah.
leg to stand on there.
I should cut the face he pulled though. He's like, like he's
Oh!
just like he's shocked. He's like,
He's like,
his chin was touching
oh!
the ground. Like
He's touching. He's like, oh! He's like, they're standing there like fighting. Sometimes the realization, like, oh, actually, it's like my foot's over here, but that's oh. The realization that your
his
legs
foot was
separate.
backwards and his shin's like straight on the ground and he's going up.
Yeah, and
Like,
he's like,
ugh.
could you imagine feeling that? Like actually feeling because your legs over one way.
You don't really feel that could be in shock, like because I broke my wrist. I didn't feel it.
Yeah.
I mean, I had that touch my forearm, but I didn't feel it. All I heard was pop. Like it was right next to my ear. I was like,
Oh god.
and I'm like, I'm going home now. Bye. That's legit what I said.
Oh Jesus.
I was like, it's broken. Actually, my friends said it's not broken. I'm like, you think?
Yeah. I think it is.
I was like, I didn't do that. Fuck, that was too sore to move.
Yeah, because it just
but-
swells up and it locks into place for safety. Your body does it.
Well, yes and no. Like, it still moves by itself by accident if you walk. Like, you've still got to hold it like that or
Yeah.
something. Otherwise, it.
But the inflammation swells up to try and protect
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's crazy, the body.
I mean, it's built for that. Like,
And the body
bones
does
break
some,
all the time.
body
Takes
does
like
some
6
crazy
weeks to
shit.
heal. It's not that bad.
I know that with my fracture.
Oh, a bone's roughly 6 weeks. Depends where it is. Like, I seen a thing today where they break your femur to make you taller. Like they break like your thigh bone. Like they actually snap it in the office. They put a metal bar, separate the bone, bar it, like screw it in, and then when your bone heals up, you do it a bit taller. But this dude gained like 4 centimeters. It's not even worth it.
What the fuck? Why? That would hurt!
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
Just sit there, it's like, okay, let's break this.
Both femurs.
While you're like awake,
Straight in the middle, like straight middle of your thigh.
while you're
And then they
awake,
put in a big metal rod.
or while he's awake.
No, I think you're
I was
unconscious.
gonna say, imagine being awake. Oh,
But why though? Like, why would you to gain like an less than an inch? Like,
oh,
why?
that's making me feel uncomfortable.
And then
Oh.
someone said they broke it, but his bone didn't heal quick enough. Like it was healing more than it stretched. And he said it was just bad, like, and he couldn't do it. So I'm like, why even do it?
Maybe he could have at least gotten that on his penis. I don't know.
Why just break it, just snap it, and
Get the extra. If I was gonna be the extra length, you might as well just get to your penis than your fucking your legs, your height.
yeah, but if anything goes wrong with that though, so it's any body modifications. Don't do it. Like when I had snapping the femur, I'm like, oh, that bone is not meant to be broken.
It's thick for a
See
reason.
how thick it is? It's like
Yeah, it's
fucking thick.
Thick for a reason. Oh, let's get. Oh.
Here's a saw through it.
Oh.
I was picturing a hacksaw.
No. I got it stuck in my head
Like-
now.
You just gotta cut the skin enough to get a little blade in there.
Oh no. Oh, I got that image stuck in my head. No.
Blame PewDiePie.
Oh god.
I watched one of his videos, first time in months, and it was that.
Was he watching a video on it? Was he?
Yeah, no, not on it, but like they were reacting to it,
Oh god.
and I was like, "That's pretty cool, but why
No. No.
to gain like that much in height?
No.
That's not worth
No.
it."
That image in my head. No.
You've seen worse.
Oh, I'd rather watch that hula hooping bat chick again.
Do another 50-50.
Oh, fucking hell.
Uh, hula
Oh,
hooping. I forgot about that. Thanks, Daz.
yeah, it's stuck in my head rent free now.
So it's the femur breaking, so
Now it is, yeah.
congrats.
I don't have to see it to fucking picture it.
Just watch the PewDiePie video.
Oh, no, I'll watch some...
You don't see anything.
I'll go watch some
You just see a picture of the bone broken and the screw and plate.
I'll go watch some 2016 Ghostbusters. I need to cleanse my palate.
That's bad. Don't watch
I
that.
need to cleanse my palate.
Is that to get something else horrible in your head? Just go watch the hula hoop and go again. That's even quicker.
Yeah. That was not as bad as that.
Ellie comes out. Daz, what are you doing?
I need to cleanse my palate. I need to cleanse my palate. I need to cleanse my palate. My brain.
I'll just send it to you.
Oh.
The PewDiePie video.
The PewDiePie
Another hula hoop.
The hula hoop and palate.
I wouldn't be able to find that, so just hop in hula hoop, fucking
Bat lady.
showgirl or something. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it was.
Let's go on to something else, shall we? Before I need to go, like, I might have to go get some water. I'm getting a bit dehydrated.
I thought you had water.
I had my tea. I've drunk all my tea now.
Why'd you tea bag in there?
Because I finished it, so I chucked it in there.
Put it around the handle.
Yeah, but it's finished. That's why I chucked it in there.
Oh, so it's easy dump into the bin.
Yeah.
I did that and it gets stuck to the bottom. It's like,
What have we got? Something that, I don't know, let's just something that might ease up. So, I mean, let's say something horrendous. Something else that was horrendous, but they're hopefully going to make it better.
Avengers?
Maybe. So, I don't know if you remember the, Avatar: The Last Airbender live-action movie. I don't know if you ever remember watching that. He's like, I forget that movie. I don't ever talk about that
I've
movie.
never seen it.
And yeah, kind of.
I haven't seen the TV show either, to be fair.
Oh, you should watch the TV show.
Another
Definitely.
dude's Aang, isn't it? Aang?
Yeah. Yeah. Better
Saw
than
that live
the
action. It didn't look good.
better than the live action, which I think was done by it done by M Night? I think it was.
Why would he do that? That's a kid's thing.
Yeah, no, I think M Night did it, but better than that because in that movie, what I do remember is people through that entire movie pronounced his name as Aang and Ung.
Why is it Aang? Did they not watch the cartoon?
Because there's characters that pronounce it as Aang, which in the cartoon everyone calls him Aang, but in the live action movie there's one person at one point and they go Ung, and I'm like, what? Like you know,
Is there someone in the TV show that goes Aang?
Nope.
Like at all?
Nope.
What nationality were they?
Don't know, but it was just like that, like Ung. The character casting was whack. I mean, it wasn't as bad of a movie, but it's not the
Not
best.
bad as Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah, that was just a fucking shit show. Evolutions. That was like
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the
such a
best either.
superhero movie. But there's the new Netflix live action adaptation they're working on now for the Avatar: Last Airbender, and they've casted. I mean, for you, you don't know who these are, but they've casted.
I'll play Aang. Aang, I mean.
Ung, Aang, Ung.
Aang doesn't got a beard though.
They've casted Daniel Day Kim.
Castled?
Yes, they have castled. They casted Daniel Day Kim as Lord Ozai.
Who's that? Is that the dude from like plays cops today, didn't he?
I think he was in Lost. The Asian bloke.
Daniel Day. Let me have a look.
I think he was in.
I think I know who it is. Just by the
he's a decent actor.
name.
Like he's a solid.
In Lucifer and shit.
I don't think he was in Lucifer.
Daniel Day Lewis.
Daniel Day Lewis. Daniel Day.
Daniel Day Kim. Yeah, that's the dude from fucking.
He's in Lost.
Yeah, Hawaii 5-0, Lost, Good Doctor, Stowaway.
Yeah, he's a decent. Like he's actually a solid actor. Like he's actually a very decent actor. Yeah, he's been cast as Lord Ozai. If you want to type in Lord Ozai, Ozai, Lord Ozai.
Yeah, Fire Lord Ozai. 2022 it comes out.
So I don't know the rest of the casting was if they've had done most of it, but at least that's a decent. I mean, he's not really in it that often, Lord Ozai.
He was in the Hellboy movie.
Hmm.
I knew I'd seen him somewhere. I knew who it was to a point.
He's a
Saints
good
Row
actor.
Go to Hell. He played Johnny Gat.
Oh, that's right.
He
That's
played fucking
right.
Johnny Gat in the third, the
That's
fourth.
right. He did Johnny Gat the whole way through. He even kind of looks a bit like Johnny Gat.
Yeah, I think he was the. He was in Saints Row 2, Johnny Gat.
Yeah.
And Saints Row. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah. Johnny Gat's been in there from like the main hall.
He was in Avatar in 2006 as well.
Where he was?
He's playing General Fong.
Oh wow. I forgot that.
General Fong.
Yeah, no, he's a
And
good.
then
Like,
he was in the Burning Earth as General Fong.
oh, wow. So he's stuck around in a lot of stuff.
He was in 24, ER,
Ding,
a lot of TV shows.
ding, ding,
Hulk,
ding.
Angel,
Angel.
CSI. Even in Walker. Been in everything. Walker in the 90s.
Wow.
I mean, Walker in 1999. He played Khan.
Mm. He's done a lot. He's done a lot. I'm gonna quickly grab water. Give us a sec.
I've seen him in a lot of things. Randas. I was thinking the other Asian guy though. I can't remember his name. When you said Daniel Day Kim, I was thinking the other one. I can't remember. The one who plays cops. I can't remember. He looked kind of like him, but oh well. But I swear that I have seen Avatar. Maybe
There's something else Netflix I was thinking of.
2006. That's a long time ago.
Was it 6 or another cut? I can't remember what it was. But speaking of Netflix, I want to bring this up as well. So,
Yes.
Netflix related, Esky related,
Esky.
Chili Bin.
Netflix Esky.
I mean, we know of one of the most popular TV shows that's going around on Netflix at the moment. Everyone talks about it. Bloody Squid Games.
Octopus. Oh.
Octopus board rumble. I don't know. I popped out.
Was Rumble.
But yeah, so it's the biggest thing trending on Netflix, which has opened up the door to a lot of other Korean shows and movies on Netflix recently. So let me have a quick little.
They've always been good. We just didn't get them.
That's
We only
exactly
got
it.
that because I think because they dubbed it like.
Well, it's because it was
only
dubbed,
reason.
and I think they realised that kind of genre would be good for our audience.
The
I
dubs
guess.
are not good though. Like that show is. I laugh when I first hear in the dubs. Like it's not
Well,
the same context.
did you see a lot of the? Well, that's exactly it. Did you see some of the stuff that people have been putting out that have been translating the movie, like the show and stuff like that? The amount of dialogue they've missed and have changed characters because of the dubbing to quickly brush along.
Or to make it more better for
Streamlined.
us.
Yeah, more streamlined, but it ruins a lot of the characters' arcs and stuff. And it
Like
makes
they're all dicks really. But in the like from what they put it as in the English.
well, there's some
like,
of the
they're all
stuff.
dicks.
Yeah, they make it. That's exactly in the English stuff. They make them all dicks, but there's a lot of characters that have actually a lot of moments. There's like one character that apparently died, and they through the English dub they made it look like a bitch, and it's just like they don't really make you care for the character.
Yeah.
But when the main
I care for none of them.
well, that's exactly it. But when the main character feels upset when she passes, like she dies, and he's like upset, and it's like, why is he caring for her? 'Cause she seemed like a dick through the whole thing, and it's like you think she's just like forgiving her, you know. But you actually listen to the actual Korean, like people of Korean.
I was going to
translated
watch it in the original thing, but I don't want reading subtitles. I hate it.
even then, like the subtitles aren't the best translated as well. But in actual translation, like the best you can get from people that are watching it, like that are Korean or speak Korean, have translated a lot of some of these, like that character alone, as being a more politer character, not as a dick character.
You're talking
And
about
that chick, I think it was. Was the chick?
the one who's always yelling, like
Yeah,
always
yeah.
loud.
Yeah, I think it was meant to be heard. She died later on, and like he feels bad that she
Yeah, at
died.
the
And
end
they make
or
them think
something.
yeah, and it's like they explain like in the actual translation of the actual show,
mean,
she's
she
actually a
wasn't a
lot
dick, she
lighter.
was-
No, she was not a dick at all, and it's just like she wasn't rude or anything of a character. It's just she was scared. I think it was most of the time.
Oh, yeah, the way she acted in there.
Well, there's that
Like,
how they
some of
acted,
the-
yeah,
Some
but
of
like.
the acting in there was like she's a bitch.
Oh yeah, but like it's not as much. There was a lot more explanation to why she was like that. Like, you know what I mean? There was a
Like,
lot.
she was laughing
there
at
was-
people and everything. I'm like,
There was actual explanations of what, like, of the person's character, more
Yeah.
arc to actually give more emphasis of why he actually cared when she like died. compared to like her just dying and being like, why is he caring for her kind of thing? You know, she was a bitch
Wait,
to
who are you
everyone.
talking about?
So
The lady who yells a lot, or the quiet one?
there's a couple of people that died in that, but I can't remember which one it was now. I only watched
They
a
all-
video on it. I watched a video. I haven't watched the show actually yet, but I watched a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So.
I'm not saying nothing about it then.
Oh, I know a lot of this, a lot of the narrative of the show. So.
I binge it in one sitting. Like that's how good it is.
But that's what I mean though. There's things like that that have explanations that explain characters a lot more in depth. The show does in the original language than the abbreviated
That's why I don't
dubbing.
watch dub things because
Use a lot and lose a lot
they
in
do graze
translation.
over stuff because it's usually auto dubbed or something, like it's auto generated into things, and then they just dub what they read.
Yeah.
So it's all done by AI, I guess, because no one's reading it, telling it to someone else, and then they're copying that.
They're bestly. I think they're just bestly Englishly translating to make it still entertaining, but it's not like we don't really need that narrative directly. Like it doesn't have to be the point.
Yeah.
Like we can skim
Well,
past
they made
that.
their own, I think, kind of with it as
It's
well.
basically
Like,
their own story. Like it's
it's the same story, but woven different.
It's just taking out a lot of the extra crap that they don't really need, I guess. And I was like, well, you don't need.
But
to
in
feel-
the serious moments, the voice acting is so happy. It's like,
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things like that. It doesn't portray the scenario
cringe.
properly.
it's cringe.
Yeah.
Like some people, they're like they're happy when they're like sad. I'm like,
There are it gets you like that. Like I've been watching a lot of behind the scenes stuff of like language related stuff because I went down a rabbit hole, and I don't watch Bluey, but there was like a thing like that where in Bluey there's a French character, and he basically speaks French through all the episode. Like every other character will speak English, and he speaks French. And the little Easter egg thing is if you switch the language to French dubbing, every other character speaks French, but the French character actually speaks English. Yeah,
that's smart.
yeah, it's very.
I think don't
interesting.
movies do that as well? Like,
Flick over the other characters to be a different.
if you buy like another country and like put it in on that language, they probably speak like not necessarily English, but it might sound more normal to like someone who doesn't speak that language. Or if you buy like, I don't know, I wouldn't say another. Because mostly films are in English now, no matter where they're from. Like you get a movie made in Germany, it's most probably English, like 90%.
Yummy, that was delicious.
I can't hear anything.
That was delicious.
You smashed that full bottle. You'll be like, oh, in a minute.
I burped. Let the air bubbles out.
Didn't hear anything.
But no, that was delicious. It tasted so nice.
Delicious.
But main point of
that
where I was
sounds
going,
good.
where we got
Delicious.
distracted with the whole Squid Games thing. Unfortunately, for this lady, she's suffering a lot of backlash from Squid Game fans. I don't know if you heard the story. You heard the story, yeah. So she's
Maybe.
Hey,
Maybe.
maybe. So it's a Twitch streamer, I think it was. I can't pronounce her last name. Leary. Her name's Lydia Leary. Lydia Leary. Leary? I don't know. It's weird.
What a fucking tongue twister.
But she's gone by the username Squid Game for the past 11 years.
Oh, yeah, the chick from England.
And she's been getting a lot of hate backlash from Squid Game fans, apparently.
Yeah, but if they realise, look at all the socials, Squid Game. You can't really change your name on most
And it's
things.
hard now, and it's like affecting. And people are like, why don't you brand your business name? But when it comes down to it, you can't realistically brand a name. Squid Game isn't something that you should
It's just
realistically be branding. You
Someone
can't-
else can use that for something.
Yeah, like it's Squid in game. They're two words, and that's where it gets crazy. Where like there's like that
Because
time
you
when
can't trademark that.
no, they're words. They're words you can't trademark. Even at, like in you know like you can't.
Well, for that, no.
It's a brand.
Other things, yes. Like names. You can't use specific names for things.
But it's like that time when bloody Bethesda went on all like Hierarchy and was like, oh, we're going to copyright the name or the word Scrolls, and no one else can use Scrolls in their titles.
That's
Like,
a big move.
like what the fuck? Like Squid Game, like it's like the same thing. Like anyone should be allowed to use Squid Game. by all means, like, because Squid Game is a
How
big
no
thing.
one heard it? She's on everything as
Yeah.
Squid Game for 11
But
fucking
but the other
years.
thing is too, you have people that are fans of Squid Game. I think people are just salty they couldn't have the name Squid Game themselves. I feel because most of the time when there's a fan base of stuff, well, you know, when there's like every time there's a fan base of stuff, people make a because they can't use the exact name because they make abbreviations of the names, so like Squid Game Elite or Legendary Squid Game, you know, things like that. And because I'm a fan of this now, I'm gonna make my name this. It's just like, well, she's had it since the beginning. Like, she's had it for ages. Like, and what's the deal? Like, let her have it. Like, that's her name. Like, stop fucking hating on people. Like, what is with people hating on people? Like, it's just a fucking name. It's just Squid Game. Like, what the fuck is the problem? You know what I mean?
I don't get it.
Like, people are threatening her and abusing her and stuff. It's like, what's the problem? What is your deal? Like, are you just salty because you can't have the name Squid Game? Like, what the fuck is your problem? Like,
but that's a Korean game. Like, for how long? And no one else had it. Like,
yeah.
so that's actually a real game. Like, that kids play.
But like the games that they were in that are just typical games that we've all played growing up. Like Red Light, Green Light.
We haven't, but Korean.
Well, Red Light, Green Light, I used to play that
Korea.
as a kid. Like, Red Light, Green Light was the thing. It's like basically Bull Rush,
It's
know?
not called that here, though.
It's like Red Bull Rush, isn't it?
We've got Stop and Go or something.
I know it's either called Bull Rush, I think
that Mr. Wolf? What's the time,
or
Mr. Wolf?
Mr. Wolf, or Red Rover.
Yeah, like, it's all the same thing.
Red Rover, I call over. It's like different, like twisted, but...
different rules to a point.
Still the same, yeah, different rules, same concept. Like, it's still the same...
Like, what's time, Mr. Wolf? You had to call out a time or something,
and yeah, and you had like
same thing. You actually snuck up and you had to freeze. Like,
that's exactly it. You had to freeze, and it's the same thing. Like, you know, it's just the same concept.
I mean, the honeycomb one, that's a bit different. We haven't had that, I don't think, here.
That is different. Yeah, but even then, that feels like a camp game because they're kind of like things we used to do at camp. Because I remember we used to have to do the chocolate. We had to cut the chocolate, and you had to like you ever did that? Where you had to cut the chocolate without it breaking.
No, I didn't do that.
So what we'd do is we kind of like you'd warm it up a little bit and you let it heat up, and then you could cut it with your knife because it'd be soft. It wouldn't because they'd put the chocolate in the fridge. So you know when you go to cut a chocolate, it would snap and break.
Yeah.
So you had it. So we would like warm it up a little bit and then you'd cut it, and we'd all take turns cutting the chocolate without it breaking. And if you could cut, the best thing was at camp is the more you could cut off without it breaking, you actually got to eat.
Oh my god! So
if you cut it and it cracked, then you could take that little piece. But then it was like the next person's turn. But if you could sit there and cut it without it cracking, you could eat as much chocolate as you want. So you'd sit there and you like slowly like warm it and play.
My hands are sticky.
That's there's things like
chocolate
that.
Hands.
So it's kind of similar concept but different method.
I said, there's games that we'll
Tug of
play around the
War.
world. There's different rules, like
because they had like Tug of War was another one they had in the show. Because the sugar thing, syrup thing, the red light, green light, honeycomb, yeah, honeycomb. There's a red light, green light, honeycomb, Tug of War, and there was a couple of other games as well.
The glass hopping, like
glass, yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Had to
I never played
jump across the puzzle. I remember watching a lot of those in like the old game shows, like Wipeout and like MXC. Right? Like they fucking did the little.
But that made it deadly on there. Like
you fell to your death.
You're up like 60 foot, and then you just whoop.
Like ooh.
I wouldn't like. I'd be holding on to the middle and just.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere. Because it doesn't specify you have to go on the glass.
Yeah, exactly.
You just got to get across in that time limit. Just run up the fucking middle. Who cares?
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. I've seen a lot of people do that on like the remake people have made in like Roblox and stuff like that. There's like sometimes there's points where the middle's actually a solid, so people just run up the middle.
Yeah. I think in the show it's actually like two different beams, so you can't actually really do. I mean, you could, but it'll take you too long to get across.
Yeah.
Could be like, so just hop. Yeah, you can tell the difference between this is the glass they use, like tempered glass.
Yep.
It's thicker.
Yeah.
It's darker. Like I can't say anything.
Like you could tell, but there's like but people's panic kind of give it away on themselves. Like you could tell if you really looked at it, like what was what.
That's
Well,
it.
actually, that was actually like a Oh, it doesn't. I'm not too worried.
Oh, so I can say it.
Yeah, I'm not too worried.
Well, they had one guy in there who actually knew what the because he was a fucking glass maker,
Yeah.
and he was like looking like for ages, and then they had to kill him. Someone pushed him off,
Oh wow.
and then they got stuck. He was gonna get them all to safety, and then I was like, "Yeah, fuck him." They pushed him onto the broken one.
Oh wow. Panic.
The
See
people are savage, man. Like, if life or death, people do anything.
Oh yeah. God yeah. That's I'm surprised. Like, do they? I'm imagining people would have been dying like
Before I
consistently.
watched it, I thought it was real. Like, I thought it was like real, like in Korea.
Because like a game show. It's like a game show.
Yeah, I thought it was a game, like a real thing. Like from what I heard, like before it actually aired, they said it was like brutal, and I'm like,
How they
if
advertise.
that's real, that'd be dope. But then I watched it, I'm like, I hope that's not real.
Yeah.
I was getting
Game
lit
show
up by
concept.
guns. Like,
What was it?
Huh.
No, because it was like the recreations people are doing lately for Squid Game stuff, and it was like
yeah,
an
there's
actual.
crab game now.
There was like a game show people have been doing on YouTube, and I've been seeing clips on TikTok and stuff, and that same concept kind of thing for that glass board thing where they use plyboard and styrofoam that was wrapped. So
You can
basically,
tell the difference easily between that. Jesus.
well, they're tightly wrapped, so when they're sitting there and there's the thing, you kind of can't tell, but you can tell. I was going to explain how you can tell is like the guy decides to just go for it, and he's like, "Fuck it." And when he does his first jump, he like jumps and he like really applied the pressure when he stomped. So it was either he's gonna fall through or get wet. Either way, it's like you got to risk it. So once he did the first jump, he in landing on the plyboard, he could see how the other boards jumped, like bounced. You could see it. And he'd jump and he watched. So the plyboard would absorb a certain way where the styrofoam would bounce differently. And you could see it, and then he'd jump to the next one and apply. Yeah. So you see him jump to the other one and he'd apply the pressure again, and he could see how they all bounced. So he knew where to jump. And I was like, that's smart. Like applying the pressure on that. Like he could see where it was going to go because
Hence
it's
the
applying the
game's
pressure.
not made right because it shouldn't be able to do that.
But that's because they
Like
do.
these glass panels were identical pretty much, and they just
Yeah.
yeah, he had no idea. The dude was getting really close to. Then they turned the lights off on him. So he couldn't see it.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
he's like he's figured that out, and then they read his resume. He was a fucking glass maker, and he's like, "How do you put him in there?" Oh, you idiots!
And then they do him in anyway. Someone does him in.
Sad,
It's,
like, he
it's
could've got him
expected.
out.
It's expected. I know that, but it also shows, like even though it's all scripted, like it shows people's.
Well, they're panicking. Like 'cause
Panic.
They had like 20 seconds or so left to get across.
Yeah.
And he was taking his time, like on his hands and knees, like, like wasting time.
That's
But he would have got him over. He would have got him all over.
There's all it takes is like once you figured out the pattern, then everyone has to follow it through. Like
That's
all
the
it
hard part. Because imagine if you miss a jump, yeah, and there's like two side by side. You're like, oh no, which one? You're like, hey, which one did you jump on? They could betray you. Like, yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, because it's like one man standing. It's a battle royale, basically.
Like that's why you don't.
It's just fucked.
Like, you're looking at the scenery, you're like, oh, they're like 5 fucking class tiles ahead now. Oh no.
But what was it? Recently that chick that red light, green light, or the fucking I don't know what they call this, the mannequin chick. It's popped up in Sydney. One of those statues
Got a
that
proper
popped.
full size one.
Yeah, it's popped up in Sydney near the bridge.
They'll just stand there, does it?
Yeah, it's just stand there. I think the head turns. It's like okay.
I can imagine someone out on top of the fucking bridge.
Just-
So I could turn at him.
People just scream and
Someone's just
panic.
looking.
Oh god.
Squid Game turned real.
All it takes one crazy person.
I've seen the ones where they kick a thing at their head and the head goes flying. I'm like, what the fuck? That's a real or something. Like the thing turns its head around, it looks at him.
Yeah.
Then they kick someone else's head at it, and it goes, and the head goes flying. I'm like,
Oh god.
I don't get half of these fucking things I watch.
Some of that shit is just
I
fucking
really don't.
whack.
They got no context. It's just that. Like, I don't even know. Marvel
God.
people have done it with like a soccer ball and everything. Like, they
Well,
kick
I,
it
mean,
and-
I like the. I don't know if you've seen it on if it's come up on Reels, but I've seen it on TikTok a few times. The if Eshe was in the Squid Games.
Nah.
Have you ever seen those? Oh, it's all like photoshopped, like video screened in, but it's basically like very poorly done. But it's like the whole red light, green light, and then like the Eshe's like on his little scooter, and he's just like it doesn't stop. They're like, nah, bro, you ain't gonna get me, bro. I'm gonna get you. And it's like he's like zinging along this dodge, and they're like shooting at him, and he's like, nah, you can't get me. And he's like zipping on his scooter, and he whips up, and he's like, yeah, bro, she, bro, and he smacks it in the head with the fucking scooter.
That's like the old man is like doing that when everyone's like, he's just running up the fucking middle.
Yeah, it's just fucking.
Like, I want season 2, but also I don't.
The old guy was rigged.
Wait, what?
Number 1.
Spoilers, everyone.
Most people have seen it by now, anyway.
I think the whole world has by now.
I haven't
except
seen
for
it.
Daz.
Yeah.
Well,
I already
didn't
know
until a couple of weeks ago because I'm just like, I'll give in.
I do want to watch it.
it.
Like, it does actually sound pretty cool to watch. Like, I actually do want to watch it. But
Jack
Jack
binge it so late. It goes for like 9 hours.
Jack's asked. He's like, I'm like, no, dude, you're 4. He's like, can we watch Squid Game?
They're not really violent.
I'm just like,
But
no.
yeah, kids' games will teach him to do things.
I'm just like, no. You're not watching this and then get encouraged to be like, I'm gonna start a game show.
Watch it another 10 odd years.
Becomes a game show host? No.
It's MA, so when you're 15.
Yeah. So, because he's asked me a few times, he's like, can I watch Squid Games? I'm like, no. And then they're out in the front playing red light, green light. And, like, back in the day, it used to, it used to be fine. It used to be fine. You'd be like, red light, green light, and you'd stop, you'd freeze, and then, like, if you get caught, you'd be like, okay, you're out. Now they're, like, when they were at the front, and then they were playing, and even Jax will play, they're like, red light, green light, and then if they get caught when they move, like, bang, you're dead! Bang, you're dead! I'm like, wow! Like, no!
How do you know that without...
No, because all over YouTube, everyone recreates different things.
Other kids, I guess, as well.
Other kids do it. It's all over YouTube.
The parents don't give a shit. They're like, you can watch it.
That's how Jack knows of Squid Games, is because he's seen, like, Roblox versions of Squid Game, and he thinks it's cool like that.
Kid-friendly.
That's exactly it. He just thinks, okay, this is Squid Games, and other people talk about it, and he assumes this is what Squid Game's like. It's not. It's gonna fucking traumatize the fuck out of you.
Oh, yeah.
He's already got the sense of, like, that's nice or dangerous, then no.
Green light is good, red light is you're dead.
But, like, the concept for a kid...
Maybe you go to, like, in a car. Red light, boom!
I mean, in common sense, though, red light, you meant to stop, so...
Yeah, but just imagine if a car's still moving, it's just going to crash into him. You moved!
They're like, why did you move for? I'm gonna hit you. You're dead.
Fast and Furious, but like green light, obviously.
It's. I just thought of a skit. It's like a skit if it's like from Tomska or someone stupid like that. But like, you know how Tomska? Have you seen Tomska skits? They're just fucking ridiculously brutal. It's like imagine being like red light, green light. It's like red light, and you're like sitting there watching the lights, and it's like green light. So you go, you pull up next to the lights, you wait, and it's like red light, green light goes, like red light, and it's green light, and a car goes through a red light, and you like accelerate them, you hit them, and you look at them. You've basically so basically you've hit them. You're like haha, and you look, and then it cuts back to the guy, which is you, who went to the green light, and you go, bang. And they're like, but there's like when you've already hit them, but like imagine you've rammed into them because it's green light and you've specifically decided, okay, I'm got the lights, but then you see someone going through red light, so you specifically T-bone them. So like you T-bone them in the side.
What if someone's watching you do that?
That's what I'm saying. No, but this is where the skit's going.
On a fucking skyscraper, just.
No. But this is where the skit's going. So either you T-bone them, and they're like the cars crash, and you're like half crashed with the airbag or whatever, and they're like or they have no seatbelt, they've gone over, or either way they've gone out the windscreen because they don't have a seatbelt. But either way, you've gone off the airbag, you look out the window and you just go, bang. Like imagine that's a skit, like a weird, like demented skit. It's just like red light, and you're like driving in your head, you hear the voice going red light, green light, red light, green light, and then it's like green light, and then the car goes through, you plow into them, and they crash, and they're like, the airbag goes off, and you're like bloodied up, and you're like, bang. It's like, oh god.
That'd be pretty fucking funny.
It's like the kids' mentality of like red light, green light. It's like, you're dead, bang. Because everyone knows kids finger guns.
You know, they're Fast and Furious, red light, green light, in the fucking.
Vin Diesel's like red light,
lanes, like coming from different directions.
Red light,
green light.
And Vin Diesel goes, bang, with his finger guns.
I think of more like a fucking shoddy. You're headless now,
bang.
bro.
The shotgun is an arm. Shotgun. bang. Did you ever do that as a kid? Like, you had your handgun. Did you ever do that as a shotgun?
Yeah.
Did you ever have your arm be like,
I
bang?
didn't do that.
You didn't do that?
It felt like this.
We would always, like, sometimes we'd have air shotguns, or we'd have our arm be like, boom. And I was... Oh god. Oh, you froze for a second. Oh god, that froze for a second.
Yeah, so did you. That was weird.
I'll say
You were like,
sometimes when we had the rocket
Right,
launcher, I don't know if we were weird as kids. Sometimes we had the rocket launcher. You'd either do that or be like, "Give us the rocket launcher," and that one guy would be like, "Here's my," and you'd use their arm as the fucking rocket. So someone's arm would go over their shoulder, and they're like, "Boo." Oh, it's fucking ridiculous.
Back when we were kids, it was so much fucking better than it is now.
Oh, right?
We had imaginations.
Oh.
Because we didn't have guns back then. Well, we did.
I mean, that happened the other day. We were playing the neighbor.
We had the
neighbors...
cool guns, or we had the cap guns. Oh,
yep.
we had
That's
the proper sounds. Some of them.
Well, I've got all my Nerf guns now, which I've been given to
They
the
were
kids
loud
to play.
though. Like they'd make your ears ring.
I need to get more bullets for the Nerf guns.
I want to get that Nerf sniper just so I can sit out in the street. People walk past.
Red light, green light. Just mumbling to yourself.
I just fucking yell out, red light. Oh.
Like what? Shoot him with the Nerf gun.
Yeah. Yeah, the freaking sniper though, that must have some force behind it, like to at least go a fair distance, like 20 meters or something. And you just look, because I'm right across just from a road and a big fence.
Just shoot
So I
Nerf
can
bullets.
just take shots at them.
Just shoot Nerf bullets. They're like, where the fuck is that coming from? Just Nerf bullets.
I've got like a little veranda there, and I can just hide and just.
Yeah, like a sniper, just Nerf bullets coming out of nowhere. Oh, that'd be great.
Someone gets out of the car.
Like, wait, where's it coming from? The little sticky ones.
You put a laser pointer on the top of the Nerf gun.
The little dart ones, and you just lick it, and you put it in there, just sticks to someone's head, sticks to someone's window.
No, that's dangerous. I don't want to do that. Just imagine you hit it the right spot and it shatters.
It's only a Nerf bullet.
Yeah, but you know how fragile glass is though. Like if you hit it right in the middle,
takes a bit.
Yeah, not really. You know the little thing, they just got to touch it. Like,
yeah, but they have a little point. They have a little sharp point.
Exactly. I'm not talking about Nerf bullets. I am, but like those things hit hard. Like some of them are hard fucking plastic.
Yeah.
Like they do hurt.
there was like the other day the neighbors' kids were out and they had their lightsabers and Jack was like, I want lightsaber. I'm like, I don't have them here. But I was like, I got the other sword and I was like, go get my big sword, and I got a giant sword that I made. It's just fucking hilarious watching Jack trying to hold it because he's so tiny and this sword's like a meter something long. It's freaking huge. And he's just like waving it, and he's like trying to like and they're trying to fight, and then like got on to grab the other sword, so he grabbed that and they're fighting, and I'm there playing with them as well because I'm like, yeah, you want to fight me with their lightsabers? I've got this giant broadsword just stopping them, fighting away, and then Jack got stabbed, and he's like, he's dead now. And the other kid's still stabbing him, and he's like, yeah, he's dead, ha. And then next minute out of nowhere, he's like, ah! He's like, I'm a zombie now. He's running around like a zombie. I'm like, what the hell? He's just pretending to be a zombie and trying to eat everyone.
I remember them days of sword fight. We didn't have swords either those days. We had sticks.
Right. We actually had to use our imagination.
They hurt when you get hit in the knuckles.
Well, I mean, I still got the imagination there because when I was out there, I was gardening at the same time.
And them sticks snapped. I was like, ha ha ha! Oh. It's like it's gone.
And, well, in the garden, in the front yard, I found the stick and I pulled it out. I'm like, oh my god, it's like a weird crooked stick. But my imagination was still there because I was like, Jack, jump on, because it was shaped like handlebars. It was a stick though. It was actually a stick, but it's straight and then it went like zigzagged. And I'm like, hop on! So he grabbed on, hold the back of my shirt, and I'm like, nee, pretending to ride a bike around the front yard, and he's holding on tight. I think it's still sitting on my letterbox because it's got that perfect little handlebar shape. It was so good.
You think you make with that then?
Handlebars. Crank.
You just make a bike out of sticks.
Yeah, a stick bike. But no, at the same time, I was pretending to be like a Harry Potter character. I was like, Wingardium Leviosa with the big ass crooked ass stick. I was like, what the fuck? Imagine it being like a wand.
Did you throw yourself backwards?
No, I didn't.
With the broken wand, you had to go backwards.
I know.
Like.
But no, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
Practice your falls.
Practice my falls. my like I'm being thrown back and you do the dive
Everything
backwards.
they have now. We had sticks for everything.
Yeah, sticks were
Sticks
everything.
was one. Sticks was
Well,
guns.
that's what I
Sticks
mean.
is...
Like I don't know if I still got them, but I basically how when I made wands for our Harry Potter cos, like I dressed up as
That's
like
what
me
it is. It's
and
a fucking stick off a
what's that
tree.
clear? Like me and Al, this is years ago. We got photos of
It's
them.
just. I mean, it's nicely shaved and that, but like, well, not always.
Well, we dressed up as Hufflepuff characters. And basically, we needed wands, so all I did was went down to the park, found some nice sticks, and bored them back. Like I sanded down and shaved back the tips, shaved them back, and I made it nice where the layers had different tones from the front. It's like a little crack at the top, but it looked nice, and it like was bored bare, and it came through and had like the actual coating on the end, and then I wrapped some like fabric around the end of it and like shaved it, and it looked so good. These were, and it actually held nice in your hand because it had the nice little curve at the end, but you could hold it in your palm, and it felt like a great wand. And I made a couple of them, and I'm like, I'm thinking whether I might get back into it, just getting sticks and carving wands again, and maybe making and selling wands. I'm almost thinking because it was fun.
There got to be a thick stick, though, because you can always make them thinner. You don't want a thin stick because if you carve it,
but you need the weight as well. You need the right weight. It needs to feel nice, and I'm thinking whether to try and make ones.
Yeah, because they go thick down the bottom and get thinner at the top. Like
they were so nice. Like, and they were in the car for so long, and I made some. There were some really nice ones, like really nice ones.
Did you go get troll boogies?
I actually do have a photo, where I'm in my costume and I've got the wand up my nose. So, close enough.
Still counts.
Close enough.
I guess. You got boogies on there.
Wizard boogies.
Wizard boogies. Wizard bogies.
So yeah, no. So it's pretty cool. Like I kind of missed it because it's kind of easy things to craft. Like the witchy kind of Wiccan stuff is actually really easy to do because Wiccan kind of craft is just basically sticks, twigs, and stuff, and you craft different things out of it. And wands is one of them, and it's actually really fun to make. So it's fun to do. So but the fact that the park's just
and one day it might go bang.
So I'm thinking I might go down the parking because I got a lot of trees down the park. I might get some sticks. And go back.
Do it.
Get some sticks, make some wands.
Stream it. Just make them on fucking stream.
Yeah, we know someone who did that.
Huh?
We know someone who did that.
Yeah, but you can like make wands, bro. And...
She's come by a couple of times on my stream. But it's every like couple of months.
Yeah.
She's barely on there. She's barely online now. She was on all the time, remember? Fucking hell. Always on the Discord, always on stream. Fucking hell.
Does get all the fucking memories back.
Yeah.
Sticks and people and everything.
Yeah, bro.
Wands.
All that Wiccan shit they were making.
I never made any. I shall make some things. Can't remember what they were.
Crafty.
I used to be a drawer. I didn't really make things.
Drawing's fun.
I use my brain for everything.
Brain.
That's cool. I didn't make nothing with it. I had a stick and just it's a gun, bang bang.
Oh, it's always good when you actually found sticks too, and they had the handle and then the side handle, and it felt like you had like a little Tommy gun. You're like, you ever have those?
Or a perfectly made gun
or
like
like
that.
underneath as well, and you could hold it. And like, always good. Swords and stuff.
Oof.
Just getting the right.
I want to
sticks.
get the airsoft.
Get some gel blast.
Yeah, gel blasters. Are they legal?
Yeah,
they are in Queensland.
I got gel blaster.
Not here, I don't think.
Maybe not. I got gel blaster. I got a pistol.
They're not dangerous. I mean, they're not dangerous because they explode on impact. Like they just break up.
They're just little orbies, little gel balls.
They only hurt if they're close enough.
Yeah, they leave little welts.
If no one goes from like here to the computer and just stupid. I wouldn't have much force behind it then.
They do hurt.
Probably just bounce off you.
Close range, they do hurt.
Or explode. Hey.
They do hurt close range.
Well, it depends on the gun, I guess. Like what kind of, like a pistol, probably not.
Mine's pretty high powered. The neighbours had a few low powered ones. You could tell when you
I want to get the MP5. Got to run around like I'm God.
Not too bad. Neighbour had that one, I think it was. Yeah.
That thing fires quick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's good. And the helicopter gun. What is that called? The helicopter.
The minigun.
That's the sound of a helicopter going off. Like.
Yeah, minigun.
No, that's like. No, it's like a helicopter. It's like a SMG, but.
Oh, the fucking... I think I know what you're talking about. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
the. It's like
The
a
one that goes...
helicopter going.
There's that one thing! And it goes... Oh, I know that one thing. It goes... No, not... It goes...
Goes. I found out on Vanguard the multiplayer maps. They're from World at War. I'm like, oh, I was looking at a comparison and fuck, they look good.
Yes.
They've changed them a lot. They're like, they're not 1-to-1.
No.
Then the design is, but the actual thing isn't. Like they got the base structure 1-to-1,
Okay.
but they've added like doorways, crates. They've added trees and archways
Oh,
and
I
that.
guess they've added extra scenery kind of thing.
It's more modern than what World at
Yep.
War was.
Yep, yep.
Not modern, but World War Two.
Yeah, yeah.
Because what was World at War? World War One?
I can't remember now. Been so
I
long.
haven't really played that.
It's been way too long since I played those ones.
I played it on the Wii.
On the Wii.
That was horrible. You had to aim so bad.
Playing tennis on the Wii.
COD on the Wii is just horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any,
Unless you've got
any
that gun,
fucking
unless you've got
shooter.
the gun thing and you can like...
That's not bad, but I had choosing the fucking Wii remote to aim. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, see, I got the gun attachment.
And for co-op, it was like two things at once, like two reticles. I'm like, well, no. No. It was like it was like an on rails campaign.
Yeah.
So bad. Now it's, imagine the Wii was still going. Or the Switch, really. Is a Wii.
Mm.
The games look better on the Wii than they do on the Switch, some of them. That says something. The Wii was better. Better. Hey,
What was new that came out this week? We've got the
Vanguard.
Vanguard. I think it was COD Vanguard.
GDA next week.
Digitally.
Next
mind you.
Friday.
Digital.
6, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
10, 11.
11th. So yeah. That's
Hang on.
digital. 5 days.
It comes out next Thursday.
Yeah.
What a weird
So mind you,
Thursday.
that is digital copies. Digital copies dropping in Australia. I think it's about $100, isn't it? But then if you wait till December, you can get physical for like 79, 69?
79.
79 is the cheapest?
69, maybe JB Hi-Fi day one.
It's a bit much, but I can kind of
Not
understand.
really, not for 3 complete games.
That's what I was going to say.
Plus DLCs and that.
That's what I was going to say,
What,
though.
if they had DLCs?
No, they didn't have DLCs.
That was 4 who had
But
DLC.
mind you, though, like, yeah, it is 3 games that they have actually done substantial.
What did they do
retexturing
4?
on. 4's a bigger game.
Yeah, but I want a 4 like redone because I never really played that. I did, but I didn't.
There's a lot in 4. 4's actually a big game, though. Like, that's a really big game.
Smaller map though. Like, it's not as big as 5, but like
No.
it's more dense.
But it's definitely quite big, though. Like, it is still pretty big.
With Nicola. His name's Nikolai?
Nico Bellic.
Nico Bellic. Yeah, that's right.
And his cousin
Fuck, get
Roman.
Nikolai
And
from?
he always asks you to go bowling. And yeah,
Yeah.
cousin, would you like to go bowling?
I'm so keen for fucking Vice City though. I'm keen. That soundtrack.
It looks so good. That lighting, the extra neon lights for... Oh, my God. It looks so beautiful.
I don't care
Like-
about how it looks as long as it plays good.
Like, it looks like it plays good, but just like the remodeling for some stuff, like like the buildings, I can understand because they're pre-built objects, like that
Structured.
they're the maps. They're structured like to the terrain.
No,
You
they
can't-
did change the buildings though. They look a lot nicer.
Well, what they've done is they've retextured
Plus,
upscale
buildings
textures.
are like that in real life. So,
But like, once you've got a map, like you got to think about it, once you've got a map structure, you can't change that without reworking a lot of the shit. So they've just retextured
which
it.
Rockstar didn't even do the remasters.
No, I don't. What did they? Someone else did.
I think that's done by another. Let me have a look. We keep
But
talking.
but being the like
Have a
objects
quick look.
themselves, like character models, vehicles, weapons and stuff, they've reworked a lot of that stuff. So
Cars look more real than they did.
they've got like they basically got car models that you would see in like GTA 4 or GTA 5. Like they're like higher detailed models because you can easily import those models. Like they're easy to implement and import. Having a whole new like having the buildings and the maps, I think you would basically have to rebuild the map realistically to save time and money. You don't need to rebuild it. Like they're trying to keep that original look because if you're gonna rebuild it, you're gonna have a completely new game. So they've just left the original look with newer textures. Looking at the footage that's out now, they've got the newer textures that look superb. Like the lighting, the shadowing, and everything looks amazing on all the textures. They've reworked the character models and made them a lot more cleaner, so they're not as sharp edged as what they were before. They still look like they move like very sharply like they did, but the new control style makes it look like play a lot easier.
They were done by Grove Street Games.
Oh wow! So that's a Rockstar.
Is it?
So yeah, Chris Grove Street was from San Andreas.
Yeah, but it's not Rockstar themselves. It's
No,
more
it's one of their sub companies. It's one of their.
They're trying to explain why it's not a remade. Like they're not remade. I guess because it's not actually Rockstar doing it.
I mean, they could have technically, but it would have been a lot more work. They've just done like this quicker.
Well, this could have been done for ages. Like this could have been done.
Well, the fact that they've reworked
it was
the
in
models,
development for over 2 years, so
yeah, 3 games. That's not bad.
they could have remade them.
It would have taken extra 2.
I guess they would have taken. Would have the same feel.
It would have taken a lot more.
Claude doesn't talk, and you wouldn't just add voice lines to him. I don't know. Just probably mechanics wise, maybe harder to replicate.
Well, that's why they got the new mechanics to make it fluid, because those old mechanics are janky.
It's only movement mechanics though, and driving. So
it makes them a lot more fluid. And that's all the game has. Like you don't need anything else. Like it's.
Well, they did age well. Well, San Andreas probably not, because that.
No, San Andreas more recent.
Only by a year or two.
Liberty
well, like, Vice City was the best one out of them, all 3. I think. Like that game.
I
was
love
just
Vice City, yeah.
Near perfect.
But like it is very janky. Like I've tried to go back and play it, and it is janky. Like, it's like, huh. Like you'll turn, you're like, I'm over here now, and you're like, oh okay, and you go, huh. And it's like, okay, like it's all like it's very snappy. Like it's just, huh.
It's because we're so used to instant feedback now. Like it's not like
the animations, like the animation frames. It's like to do a jump animation. It's like done in 3 frames, where jump animation now is done in like 10 frames or 15 frames. It's
also,
animated.
I found out. You know what? Well, we haven't got GTA 6 yet.
Why?
They've restarted development multiple times.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
And that's been recent. Like they've done it recently as well.
They must have had too many problem fuck ups.
Because the Hauser left, and they probably restarted then, like a year or so ago.
Because the redirection didn't like where it was going.
I think
it happens.
Left.
It happens. But they always try to.
Why it's taken so long.
But they want to get it right. They want to actually get it right.
Oh yeah. Well, I think it's going to be looking like Red Dead 2, just Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, just in modern times.
In a modern Miami, I think it is, isn't it? Modern Vice City, I think.
Yeah, which means they'll be able to do a lot more.
I'm keen.
Oh yeah.
I think it come out 2025 or something, so that's not too bad.
That's why they're filling in the gaps with the trilogy to pass over the time, and then re-releasing 5.
Unless this is to hold until probably next year or year after, maybe, like, and then they might drop 2023.
Well, you think about it, this will hold people over because the games are pretty short. Like the games aren't long.
That was a pretty quick development cycle, really. Because we heard about it and then it was out like quick.
Well, sometimes people keep it pretty low key as well, so we don't know how long they work on it too. They were working on it like as soon as they finished, or like while they were doing GTA 5. From what I remember hearing, like that was in work for a while, and that took a couple of years for it to come out. So it was like 4 years, 5 years, something like that. Like.
I think it was most of it was polishing at the end though, like make sure everything ran well, looked great.
Like that was even the same with GTA. Like when you look at the footage of when they first recorded
because the early
stuff.
ones were so quick. Each couple of years, a GTA came out.
That was like GTA, like say GTA 5. You look when they did GTA 5, and when they did the PR promotion stuff after GTA 5 came out with the voice actors, and then the behind the scenes stuff leaked, and the age difference between when the voice actors were promoting the content like the year after, and then when they actually were doing the recording stuff, the age difference of the actors were like big. Like you could see that they had started it pretty early on and did all the voice acting and stuff very early on. Like it looked like there had been like a 3 or 4 year gap.
2008. GTA 5 2011. 11, 13.
Yeah, so they'd started like getting onto it like 3 years or whatever it was.
They are pretty quick development though. Like, well, Rockstar's big.
Oh, there's a lot of people. A lot of people.
And they only make one game at a time, really. So
that's exactly it. They stick to that game and they focus on it.
Well, they must have people designing the next one while they finish.
You gotta
the
be, you
last
gotta
one.
be, you gotta be. Because I mean, once people are finishing off the final touches, what is everyone else going to do?
Yeah,
You know,
like
so you might as well.
because all the voices are done. What are you gonna do? All the animations are done. What are they gonna do?
Yeah,
All the stories done
it's people doing
first,
the final
so
touches, plugging everything together. So then
they're
everyone's
writing the next one. Like,
exactly. Especially if you've got the concept team and the writers, they're done. They don't need once the game's been done, their editing's being done and
I'm trying to
polishing. Like,
figure out what the cycles were for all these Grand Theft because they are pretty fucking quick.
yeah,
Like,
they
it's
take
a
about
couple of years
3 to 4 years.
difference.
3 to 4 years, I think, is each game. 4 years. And the fact that
Like,
GTA
don't
5
forget
is still
what's in
going.
between them, like Bully and in between them as well. Yeah, they got
Well,
2,000 plus employees.
there's supposed to be eventually Bully 2, I think, coming.
No, I think they got canned.
I think that might still be in the works down the track.
People want it, but they won't make it.
Hmm.
They focus on bigger, like I said, Red Dead,
They were one thing to the
GTA,
multiplayer, but I mean, they should go down that route with Bully.
Mafia. They did the Mafia.
Hmm.
They did LA Noir. They did that
Well,
remaster.
Mafia was more of Take-Two directly, not Rockstar.
Yeah, well, they would have helped, I reckon.
It was one of their other companies, but they're all.
Like some of the divisions, surely.
I think they're somewhere along the line they're owned by someone. Somewhere along the line. It's weird. But
What else
speaking
I
of
know,
that,
Rockstar?
speaking of you said Mafia. What did you say, Mafia? Speaking of Mafia, that's something we're going to talk about. We'll bring up now. Project Vault's sudden cancellation. So it's yeah, it's a bit scary since it's causing problems now. It's causing some uncertainties for the studio Hangar 13, since they've basically just given up on this or keen this was it $53 million game. Like,
Yeah,
that's a lot of money. Like, I don't know how much they'd put into this game already. Like, they say it's a $53 million game. Like, I don't know if they put the whole lot into it, or if that's what they were budgeting the game to be. Like, that was the game's budget. Like, if they spent all that budget, or what. Like, that's still scary. And then they're just like, nah, we're canning this. Like, what are they doing then? Like, they're going to reuse those resources that they had to put into something else? Like, that's a lot of time and energy that they've just done, and they're just gone like, nah, we're not doing this now. Like, that's fucked. Like, imagine how much work they'd put in.
They're probably nearly done in development too, being 53 million.
Like, well, I mean, that's could have been the estimated budget of the project. Like, you could be like, this is the estimated project for a film.
I thought they did Max Payne too, so that was 2012.
Max Payne is another big franchise of theirs.
Max Payne 3. If they make a new one, I'm down. Like Max Payne 4. No, but didn't he die though? So,
It's Max
the
Payne.
death of Max Payne or something.
He can come back.
DLC, I think. I don't know.
It doesn't stop them. But yeah, that's just crazy that they've like some of these. But that's true though. Some of these studios are struggling. I don't know what they're doing, but they're just like, no.
They made Midnight Club.
Yes. That's why the driving was so good though.
They made Manhunt.
But saying that's why the driving was so good though in GTA 5 because it took a lot of their driving elements from Midnight.
The Warriors.
One-off movie game. The game's solid though. Rockstar games are very solid.
They made the Italian Job.
Yep, the movie game.
Oni.
Yep.
Oni? That was a good game. We're going to get a sequel? Probably not. I think it's because Bullying that didn't sell well. Like, it's just got its hardcore, but they're not going to sell well.
Oh, I reckon
Unlike Red Dead and GTA.
It does a lot of those elements that those games have, though. The GTA Red Dead elements, it has a lot of those.
Yeah, but it's so short. That's what I think the thing is.
Possibly.
Like Max Payne, that's story, so that's a big game.
I mean, Bully would go well if they like either continued on with that character or
they did remaster it and it still didn't sell that well. Like,
the amount of times I've bought Bully and played Bully, like it's ridiculous.
yeah, but compared to GTA and that, no one's touching them.
Yeah.
Like this GTA trilogy, that's gonna sell fucking oof.
Oh, but that's GTA Trilogy. They were like the mint games. They were like, oh. Supremo.
And there's talks of Red Dead remastered or remade, Red Dead Redemption. So, and with hopefully Undead Nightmare with it, or I'm keen just for that.
Oof.
That's better than the base game.
That was the best part, the Undead Nightmare.
Because they put the expansions, Chinatown Wars, Vice City Stories in there as well.
Oh, there's so many side stories, dude. Don't even get me.
Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories.
I have like all of them on PSP, and there's so many. It's ridiculous.
Some are short though, short as hell. Like it's just a few missions and that's it.
Pretty much.
That's crazy.
I can't remember which one it was, but it was like one of the games was set in Vice City and you played as a different character. It was so cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was
Which one was that one?
Vice City Stories.
Vice City, yeah. So cool because it was like, hey, you get to do like the whole map again, but like as a different character, and you had like the extra like area already
And a bit
unlocked.
better graphics, so it was a bit later.
No, it was the exact same. Yeah, exact same. Because it was that style they were keeping to.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was because it was on the
Yeah,
PSP,
the
but like they
80s
kept
or
it to
whatever
the
it was.
exact same like game style. They wanted it just looked a lot like a little bit cleaner, like color wise, but like it was the exact same. They kept it to a T, the exactly the same, because that was the art style back then. Like it
I
was
want
that.
4 now, look, because we have 3 Vice City and that, and then we need 4, so we can play 3 till 5, and then 6.
Well, that's
I never
exactly. They
played
just need to.
4.
Well, they just do a upscaled clean the textures up a little bit and just do an upscale of like 4. Yeah.
But yeah, you don't need to remake it.
No, they don't. They just need to clean up the
It's just like
textures,
5, really.
upscale it and just clean the textures out. Just do a high
Maybe
high
make the
res.
controls like 5 as well.
Oh no, the controls are pretty good still.
Yeah, but put them all as 5, you're fine.
Yeah, you're familiar then. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, if
Man,
they just did like a clean texture, like just do a high res texture packing to it, and like add the ray tracing
rock
and
on
shit, like,
PC.
just that.
Because
It's pretty solid.
PC's easy. You get mods, just bam, they can make it look like it's done now.
Well,
I
actually,
think
there are a
that's
lot
what
of
it
mods
is
that
on
have done
PC
that. There's a
though.
lot of mods that are like that on PC. Actually, they've made it look a lot cleaner.
Which Rockstar, use them. Like, I seen someone make a realistic Vice City just with mods. Like, it looks like it was done in GTA 5.
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't they just get these people to do it for their game and then
I
just
mean,
sell it?
yeah.
Like, it'll
I mean,
cost them
that's
fuck all.
I mean, that's the thing too. Like, they could have done that technically. They could have done that with these games.
It cost them
Done it
fuck
for,
all.
but the whole point is to keep it as nostalgic as possible.
I think that's what they did.
Yeah, they wanted to keep it very nostalgic. Like that was the main focus. And oh, Jim's right there. He goes back in. He froze. Oh, he froze. He bugged. And he's nope. Can't hear you. Yeah, you're muted, Jim. I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you at all. Oh my god, there's no sound coming through. Oh no, it's bugged out hardcore. Oh, starting to hear you.
Hello?
There you go.
That was weird. It just cut out all audio.
It froze and then you came back and there was just no audio and you couldn't hear you talk and you're like going on and you're waving your hands everywhere.
Yeah, because my thing wasn't popping up. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This Windows 11, man. I think it's that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so this man here is living in the future with Windows 11 on his Windows
Don't do it.
Apple Big Mac.
Apple Big Mac.
Windows Big Mac.
Micro Mac.
Micro Big Mac.
My Win Mac.
Micro Macsoft. He's using his Macsoft 11.
Macrosoft.
Macrosoft.
Microsoft.
Yeah, I feel like he's had no endless of problems since he's upgraded.
Oh, it's only that and the Rocksmith thing, which I can't fix. So
Not compatible, bro.
no
more Rocksmith.
Rocksmith for a while.
No more Rocksmith. Big sads. Big sads.
But I have heard you can partition to make that game run off Windows 10.
Yeah.
So there's that. That's the only hope I can do. Or just
Hopefully.
revert back until like 6 months later or something.
Yeah, that's what a
and
lot of people have been
update
saying
it.
now is like don't rush into upgrading to Windows 11. Like wait.
I mean, you can do it to try it and then just go straight back.
Yeah, because that's what a lot of people are saying now. Is like don't rush to use Windows 11. Like or wait.
They could iron some bugs out. That's about it. Which could take 6-12 months.
It's always wait. There's usually wait 6 months to.
It is good though. Like it is quicker, but I
How optimized.
can't play Rocksmith. I need Rocksmith.
Rocksmith.
I don't know how to go backwards now. I don't know how to go back to Windows 10. I really don't. I don't know how to do it.
Google how to do it.
Yeah. Or ask my brother, he might know.
I don't like Windows 11. I want to go back to 10.
Huh?
I don't like Windows 11. Legs 11.
Legs 11's bad.
He wants legs 10. One skinny leg, one leg day leg. It's
One leg day
swolled.
leg. What?
It's swolled.
One leg day leg.
That's 10.
It's more like
That one leg's been jerking off.
Does that even make sense?
I don't know, but you know when you get the one
Wing's
arm
been
bigger than the
shaken.
other.
Yeah, that doesn't happen though.
No, but that's the joke. One arm's
It's
always
weird how
supposed to be.
people would think that, but if you work one arm, it's still working the other one because the muscles go at the exact same time. It's weird. Like you can favor one arm for everything. They're still going to even out. That's weird.
It's weird.
Same
All
as
right.
legs, same thing.
I want to get on to the. I want. You got any other stuff to talk about? Because I want to get on to the big.
I
Big
got
news.
games delayed in
You got.
Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4.
Yes, well, I mean that's a big thing on bloody Blizzard and Activision's half there. With all this shit they're going on, they're fucking going downhill quick. They
Good.
are suffering hard. They're getting that
It's their own
backlash they've
fucking fault
deserved.
for
Yep.
covering things up.
Yep. And it's coming out and it's fucking all their products now. Everything's being fucked up.
Oh, we talked about the 53 mil loss. Also, The Rock bans guns on his future movies.
Banned guns.
He in his own productions, he's banned real guns. So he's using fake ones, and then in post production, he said, no matter what it costs to make them look real, he'll.
Oh,
do
yep. Like they're all straight up like plastic guns or whatever. Like no actual like when anytime there's like a gun scene, if there's no one around, like there's no actual guns on set.
Gonna
Like
be
they're all
fake
fake.
guns, so
nothing's
it
actually
might
fine.
look weird for a bit, but
Everything's gonna have to be special effect. Like everything.
But John Wick uses fake guns, so it's not gonna look bad.
No, it's just how you do it in effects.
He said he don't care whatever it costs, he'll do it to make
But
it
that's
look
what I mean
good.
though. Like you don't in the day we live in, you don't need to have fake real guns like on set to be like, oh, no one's on the set. Let's make these
No,
shot
you do
scenes.
need fake guns, not the real ones.
No, but I'm saying like they use because what they'll do is for scenes they'll use the real guns when no one's around and use those scenes to like, actually shoot shit. Like, do you really need to be actually shooting shit? No. Can't you just like you've got squibs now that you can place in the distance and detonate? You can have the person pretend to shoot with a fake gun, post it in, and then have the things going like squibs to which most movies do. They squib it in or they boost in post.
Like John Wick, the chest bursts and shit, it was all squibs.
Like he trained with real guns, but that's on a training field to
To
use gun control. Like, but like when he's in the movie.
When he said his finger slips and shit, and he's still at like a fast time, he's like, "Oh, I fucked that up."
Yeah. Like I can understand like
don't fuck with Keanu Reeves.
like I can understand like gun ranges and stuff like using guns because like you want to train
well,
you
that's
want to play
under
with
safety
guns.
from everyone
But
though. Like
on movies, man, there's so many people around moving around. There's so many people. Anyone could grab a gun. Like we've already seen like with the latest issue, which is why he's like this is his retaliation.
more than once, as
like,
we know.
Exactly, things can happen. So this is the safest option. And like, there's so many people on set. Like, you could be shooting in a scene. You think no one's around. You could still be shooting down a lane. You don't know what's on the other side. Anything could go wrong. Like bullets travel. Like what's to say because you're shooting at a set down that spot that it's not going to exactly. It's not going to ricochet. It could go through the object. There could happen to be someone on the wrong side. Like things can happen. Like people forget bullets will travel.
There's no guarantee that a gun is safe.
Mm-hmm.
You can be the most safe person and you can still shoot yourself by accident.
Yep, accidents can still happen, and that's clearly what's happened. We've seen that happen.
I think if the gun's old and the bullet's old, that can explode in your hand.
Yep, exactly it. That is exactly it.
Then you're fucked because your hand's just going to be fucking either blown apart or burnt or something like.
Anything can happen. It's ridiculous.
That's why I don't touch guns. They're not safe, like at all.
Nope.
You can reload it, think it's not loaded. You can definitely think it's not loaded and still shoot something.
Yep.
That's happened before.
Yep.
I've seen that not in person, but like on videos and shit. Like this dude was looking down a barrel of a fucking rifle, and then he found out it's loaded afterwards. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You checked before.
You shouldn't be looking down a barrel of a gun.
No.
Like you should never be looking down a barrel of a gun. I even hate doing that. I even hate that when people have fake guns and they try and point it at me. I'm like, no, like I feel uncomfortable.
Like I mean, Nerf guns as well because they can put an eye out.
Like I still feel like I've been like I've got subconsciously trained. Like I hate having guns like looking like you can point them at a direction, but like pointing at me, I hate like it makes me uncomfortable.
I don't care if it's like 20 meters away, but like right in your face, like no.
Yeah.
No.
But no, that makes sense. Good to him. Good on him.
Well, he's he's the only person doing it though. Like,
hopefully he makes a stand and people
all movies
follow.
should have it.
That's exactly it. They don't need to have realistic
A
weapons.
fake gun looks like a real gun.
Like, look at Corridor Digital. They've plenty of times have shown how to actually make real effects.
That's
And
not
they've
that
done
hard.
it.
Like they do it just.
And these guys are a bunch of YouTubers.
They
Like,
do it quicker than actual professionals,
yeah.
and looks a lot better.
Yep.
I mean, they are professionals, but
Yeah. But they're not high. But they're not high budget.
So.
They're not super high budget like production.
No, they just got their office and they're just using everyday free programs. Really.
Blender and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're using stuff that we can grab.
Yeah.
They just put in the effort and time.
Yep.
Well, which is pretty short, like a day or so.
Well, that's because they're good at it now. They know what they're doing, so they can just do things so easily.
Yeah, but these people working on movies, they've done it for 20, 30 years, and they're still... that looks shit. Like, look at that, like, Luke Skywalker thing. Corridor Digital did that better in a few hours.
And other people have done it themselves, by themselves, even better.
Yeah. Like,
Even they themselves have, like, been, like, amazed by other
and
people.
yet Disney would have had hundreds of people working on it. And it looked like that, like...
They just showed you all they need to do is just do what they did and then did another overlay on top and it worked fine. Like, do one edit and then deep fake that edit. Like, that's all you had to do. They showed that's all you had to do is just run a base edit and then over edit again and you're done. Sometimes you have to do that. Just do one base edit as a template.
You've also got to scan a lot of position of the face.
But they just showed that they could have done that.
They made it run a few times to get... to get them perfect. And
but at the same time, the amount of time like they spend in getting those shows out though, at the same time, like
it's a long time.
They produce and edit and got things going pretty quickly for The Mandalorian.
Yeah, but that though, they should have had more time. They would have had more time for that.
They film within that year and release it in the same year.
Yeah, that's more. That's way more time than they get. They get it in like a day or so.
That was like that one episode that went up online for that one scene of that dude, the jeans guy scene.
Oh.
And after that went up online, they took that episode down in a split like that while it was still airing. They re-edited that scene and uploaded it like seamlessly over.
Yeah.
Like they just seamlessly did it. Like
that wouldn't be hard to do though, compared to doing a face, but like still.
But they were onto that. Like
taking a day or two.
That's what I'm saying. Like they could do that, and yet they couldn't go. Oh shit! Here's the backlash from that. Let's quickly do a deep fake run over and then just re-upload like over Luke. They just left it. And that's all
maybe when it comes out on DVD, they might fix it, maybe, but.
Because it is a bit like in the uncanny, like very in the uncanny valley, like very in the.
His eyes are just staring at random things, and he's looking. It's just
there's
like
no look. There's no because they made up the face.
It's just awkward, like. And then I don't know. I shouldn't have had him in there like that. Like at least cover his face.
Yeah.
Like have a thing over his head so you can have anyone just from there down.
Well, they could have been very, but there was the whole big reveal. See, that was the whole point. They needed to have that big.
I could have said it was Luke without showing his whole face, but like.
Yeah, I already knew it was Luke when the scene happened. Like it's kind of obvious what's going on here. Like some people were like, "Oh my god!" When they did the whole reveal, they were shocked. I'm like, "How did you not know?" Like you could clearly tell it was Luke. Like you could just, but I guess like you got to know. Like there's people that are just follow fiends, and then there's people like that actually know characters because they follow the lore. And like follow the content and like know how characters are.
I didn't give a shit.
But
I was like, oh yeah, it's cool. But then I watch it, I'm like, why?
Yeah, it just adds that extra bit of what to the whole scene.
It doesn't even look real. Like it's so faded out. Like
the uncanny valley just puts you there, and it's just like wow.
The lighting's off, everything.
And you see all the other effects they'd done for stuff like that when they like brought characters back and they looked great.
Yeah.
And then there's this one time they brought a character. Well,
like that old dude, whatever his name is. He
the old dude,
good,
and
like,
they had Princess Leia.
She looked pretty good as well.
They were done pretty well. Like they used her daughter and then refaced her.
But yeah, that was whole bodies. This is just a head.
Yeah.
Less work. This is just a head you can just. Considering he wasn't really moving,
but the same thing as well. The problem that didn't help too well was the guy they used looked nothing like Luke, like Mark Hamill.
They're the other ones. I mean,
well, they had they didn't they don't even know if they had a prop guy in. They digitally put in that old bloke.
Look way fucking bitch.
And then I said Princess Leia. They got Carrie Fisher's daughter to impose on the costume and put the face on.
Yeah, but that still wouldn't look the exact same.
Because she looked close to her mum, so that's why they made it easier to track the face. Dude. But the guy,
I thought that dude was still alive.
Yeah, no. But like I said, but like they say, you look at the behind the scenes for that Luke Skywalker part, and that dude looks way different. The proportions, I think that's added the problems, is because the dude's proportions of face and everything is just way off.
Because faces aren't the same.
So some people get similar spots where you can match and line things up, make it easier, but the fact that it was off just made it worse. That's when because he had the build and he could do the
I
motion.
know is get Corridor Digital. They'll do anything for you, maybe.
Mm. Well, actually,
Give them the right price.
I think the other guy
Damn.
that ended up doing the other guy that did better than Corridor Digital that did the facing. I think Disney hired him. I think
For the next one.
or whatever. Yeah, I think they end up hiring him for stuff. I think.
If they don't use him, that's stupid. Like if the next one with him is bad, that's just on the people doing it. Like,
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens
they
there.
surely can't fuck it up twice. If they do,
who knows?
What the fuck?
Who knows? But
hence movies, they're bad. Second one's better. They just get better. TV shows, they get better.
Yep.
Let's learn from the movies though. It would have been the same people.
I don't know.
I said I don't count the new Star Wars stuff.
Not
I
many
like
people
the
do.
original 6.
Yeah, not many people do. Like they're watchable, but they're just like not the best.
No, they're not. They aren't.
They're like a weird, different alternate reality. I feel like.
They're more for new people.
Well, actually, that was actually
inviting.
Bring that back to that whole situation when the kids were playing swords and lightsabers the other day. The girl that was over from up the street, she was like, "I'm Ray Palpatine," and I was like, "Wow!" Like, well, technically she called herself a Skywalker, so technically she's Ray Skywalker, but she's like, "I'm Ray Palpatine." I'm like, this is a generation that we've got to deal with now that are growing up and watching the new 3 and being like, these are so good.
Luke Skywalker, they're gonna go.
It's like, oh my god.
Oh, they're called Luke Skywalker, an old guy.
Little
like,
Annie,
come on.
Little Annie is where it's at.
Huh?
Little Anakin, little Annie.
Little Annie. If you put that picture against any Star Wars fan now, they'll be like, "Who the fuck is that?"
The kid with the yeah.
Yeah, and we can tell instantly who it is.
Yep. It's just.
Why do they get that kid to be like the Luke in there? That'd be fucking dope.
God.
He'd be about the right age.
Possibly.
Because that was the. Yeah, that was the prequels, wasn't it? So he was not that old.
The little Anakin.
Early 2000s that was done. He could have played Luke.
Plot twist having the character that's based as the father play the.
I don't like Hayden Christensen in this new thing. He doesn't look nothing like he used to.
Oh, in the new playing the Darth Vader.
He looks so old compared to what he did.
Yeah.
Like, I look at a picture, I'm like, it takes a lot of makeup.
I mean, it kind of makes sense though because that point in the timeline he is.
Yeah, but old mate fucking didn't change.
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, he hasn't changed. He hasn't changed.
But I mean, he's meant to. I guess it's kind of meant to be because he did get defigured and stuff. So.
He what?
Remember, Darth Vader got fucked up.
Yeah, but looks nothing like it. He looks sick.
Well, he's meant to. Remember how he was all in the suit? That's the reason why he's in the suit.
I mean, you're not going to see him, I don't think. You're just going to hear him, but
like, he's meant to be all fucked up anyway because he got
his limbs take his
cut
helmet
off.
can he?
He can.
Otherwise, he...
But he got his limbs cut off and shit, and he's fucking scarred up and stuff. So it makes sense.
I reckon that's got him for his voice, though.
Well,
like be in the suit.
Well, in the suit's voice was fucking Earl Jones anyway.
Yeah, I reckon he'll be in there, wouldn't he? Surely, like when he's in the suit.
It'll be him wearing.
Because the suit's the voice, so.
Yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying though. They have got points where Hayden Christensen will be unmasked. So. And
then you'll hear him there, but you probably hear Earl Jones maybe as the suit. If not,
it would have to be still.
Why even bother?
Because that's the problem. I guess we're kind of stuck with that. But hopefully they have enough dialogue now. With anything Darth Vader, they can do.
They can't get the old dialogue. They got to get new. Like he still probably wants to do it. No, there's no doubt. He said he loves the character.
Yeah. But it's getting to that point because he's getting old now.
He can still voice act. Like he was me faster in that live action Lion King. Like, that's fucking that was good.
That was good. Like, you couldn't get anyone else.
I was like, if they changed me faster, I'm not watching it. And I was like, yeah.
I know. Out of all people, it's like, it's alright.
If he's not Darth Vader, I'm just
exactly it. Chris Pratt is fucking Darth Vader.
Don't even fucking.
That fucking meme, man. That's become a meme now.
I actually looked on YouTube, and Alana Pearson that did their podcast.
Yeah.
And Troy Baker's talking about Chris Pratt's in everything.
Yeah, because it's become a big meme now. It's like Chris Pratt's like the entire cast of Overwatch 2. There's like everything's just been cast as Garfield and fucking Mario, like Mario and then
I'm
Garfield.
surprised there's not fucking Sonic now.
The fucking recast fucking Chris Pratt as Sonic, like Chris Pratt as Knuckles, even though
he
fucking
kind of fits Sonic though.
Chris Pratt as Tails.
Not Mario. I don't get what. I mean, I still don't get that unless he's a Brooklyn Mario.
I'm stuck with Emmett from fucking the Lego Movie, stuck in my head. I don't
remember it. That's how much I liked it.
He did both those Lego movies, and that voice worked for those, but he will not work for anything else.
Because it wasn't him. Like it was. What you didn't see him.
No, but the voice was
With
very basic.
Mario, do you actually see him, or is it just the animation?
It's just animation. It's just done by Illumination.
Oh, it could work, but like, it's a Brooklyn accent. Does he go Brooklyn from Italian? Does he go from Brooklyn? To
I feel
Italian?
like we're gonna get the Brooklyn side of things because I feel like Chris Pratt can do the Brooklyn.
Because Mario is not Italian. That's why.
But it's gonna be so
Maybe
bad
Luigi.
though. No. The Mario Brothers.
It's weird how Nintendo played it that way for 30 years. Like they've never said he's Italian. That's what he said. Like, it's me, Mario. Like,
it's me, the Mario. Like it just has that accent.
Like it's just that. Like he doesn't say anything else.
Yeah, let's go. It's a Mario time. Yahoo!
Anyone can do that. Like,
it's a Mario time, and it's just like
he
it's
might be fucking French.
But he's got the Brooklyn. It's me, the Mario. You know, it's in Brooklyn.
Kind of does fit though. Like,
hey,
maybe he was
hey,
from Brooklyn
my name's Mario. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like. This is how I feel like Chris Pratt's gonna be. Hey, it's me, Mario. Do you know what I mean? Let's go. Like I feel like he's gonna be very like.
He's gonna turn Garfield Mario.
Oh, you know what Garfield's gonna be like? It's just Chris Pratt talking.
Yeah.
He won't even have to put a voice on for Garfield.
Right.
If you have
that makes more sense than Mario.
But like Mario, he's gonna have to put an accent on. Like he'll have to put
Not
like
really. I think.
Like, could you you have Chris Pratt's voice just coming out with Mario? It look fucking retarded. I've watched clips and it's just fucking retarded.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. But like, if he puts on an accent, I can kind of see it, but it's still dumb. Garfield, he can go either way. Like he can just talk normally.
You don't
and it
need
works
it.
fine.
Garfield's not over the top though. It's more of just chilled.
That's what I mean. But like
he's just chilled. Like he's a lazy cat.
To me, like Bill Murray will always be Garfield.
Oh yeah.
So.
Who's gonna play John?
Chris Pratt.
Fuck.
I was
Who's
like,
gonna play the dog?
Chris Pratt. Bart.
Oh, he actually might.
Like,
Didn't he do a dinosaur noise with Jurassic World and shit?
I think so.
Is he gonna be like just like a voice actor from now on? Like,
I think that's where he's going.
because all he does is Jurassic World and cartoons. Jurassic World and animation. Like,
It's just like he's just getting into this voice acting. It's just like, why is this happening?
I guess he can be lazy. Like, you just turn on how the fuck you want, you do your lines and leave.
Exactly, but like out of all people, like
Probably the easiest job you want.
that got me so rolled up though. Actually, that one I don't know if I sent it to you. No, I didn't. I sent it to Neb. Where Xbox had tweeted out, they did a tweet post because they're getting on the memes. They're like, the new they typoed it though too. Instead of being Master Chief, they're like Mr. Chief. It's like the new Mr. Chief is going to be voiced by Chris Pratt.
Mr. Chief.
And I was like, and then they retweeted, they replied for the same account like their.
Can you
main
imagine if it's not voiced, Master Chief isn't voiced by Chris Pratt, he looks like Chris Pratt.
Either of them, I would be like, no, I'm fucking done with this.
Can you imagine taking off his helmet? It's Chris Pratt.
No, I'd be fucking done. I'd be so done.
I'll be laughing my ass off.
I'd be so done.
Craig's in there with a Chris Pratt mask on.
But they're like the account replied to their own tweet going, we don't know what happened here, but the PR team has been handled with.
That's really funny.
I was like, that's like the like joke on themselves. Like I don't know what they're doing, but they're trying to like even we think it's silly.
I kind of want to Chris Pratt this episode on the Twitter.
There's so much Chris Pratt. Like everything's Chris Pratt. Like that's the latest meme now
Because he's popular.
those two
That's
things.
why.
Popular for being a dickhead.
Popular for Jurassic World. That's it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of that. It was known as the funny guy in that show.
Well, he was known as the funny guy, but now everyone, ever since he's been cast as Mario and now Garfield, everyone's just hating on Chris Pratt now.
I mean, Guardian's got him big, to be fair, not actual Jurassic
World.
A
lot of people are like starting to come out now for their hate for Chris Pratt that they've had for a long time, and talking about all his problems and how toxic he is.
He's not even toxic.
He's apparently.
Have you seen him on Instagram? He's doing charity work and everything. Like, how's that toxic?
Yeah, no, it's starting to come out that he's supports which I mean, like I can understand people to have an opinion, but it's getting to the point now where Chris Pratt basically assumes that you can cure autism and being gay.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he basically supports the church he goes to, and it's coming out now a lot of that the stuff he does and supports. What? He's not acknowledging, he's not accepting or denying either. He's not coming out saying I do not accept this problem.
Cure autism by being gay?
Well, he's just.
No, you just said.
No, I'm saying like he thinks that these things are curable sicknesses. Like the church, the stuff he goes to, the church that they support.
Kind of at a point, but
you can't
being
really.
Gay, you can't really cure being gay. You can't
cure any of these things, but basically,
I mean, you can.
You can.
You can.
How?
Just get a sex change. It's not gay then.
But you know what I mean, though. There's a lot of that going on now. A lot of that's coming out where he doesn't.
Being gay, so.
He's basically
I'm not at anyone, but like.
So a lot of it's coming out, which I mean I can kind of understand. I mean it's hard because I kind of like Chris Pratt for stuff he does.
Who cares what he believes? It's what he believes. What I believe is different than what you believe, and someone else.
Like I can understand like if you don't want to support LGBT and stuff like that. Like I can understand, but if you're gonna be like, hey, I
support it, but I don't go around saying I support this.
That's what I'm saying. But like if you think like you could cure autism, like you fucking dumb. Like you fucking dumb.
You can't cure it, but you can manage it.
Yeah, exactly. You can maintain it, you can help it, but like you can't cure this shit.
Probably got out of context, like most of the internet.
Most probably, yeah, because he's very religious.
He doesn't seem that way though, does he? Like he's more.
Apparently,
I see him on Instagram a fair bit, and he's just normal. Like
yeah. So I don't know, but a lot of that's starting to come out. Like a lot of that stuff's starting to come out more and more now on those kind of topics
screenshots that's fake because I would have seen something on socials.
Yeah, no, it's definitely big on TikTok. Like a lot of people talk about that.
Oh, so it's definitely real.
No, like people talk about TikTok. A lot on there. Oh, dude, TikTok, there's no hold back. Like people are fucking brutal on TikTok. There's no filter at all. There's no filter, whether it's the content or the comments. There's no filter. I don't know what it is. Like you go to Facebook and Instagram.
Just for saying that stuff on here, and people will take it out of context. Like
yeah, but like on TikTok, there's no like filter for anything. Like people will fucking.
If people thought that, there'd be more people talking like proper who actually know him, saying it.
There's been stuff apparently, but I don't know. But yeah, so I'm just saying in general.
Like apparently.
But that's what I'm just saying in general. Though, like there's a lot of people now that are coming out for their distaste for Chris Pratt with the way he is. So there's a lot of evidence starting to come up. So it's getting wild. It's just getting more and more now. The more he keeps getting listed and stuff, the more it keeps coming out. People keep growing their hate for him. I mean, I don't know. It's I'm on the fence with the whole thing.
Who's the fuck is he pissed off?
Yes, I'm saying.
I'm guessing people just sold him.
There's shit everywhere. Like there's shit, like a lot of shit against him now. Like it's just come out of nowhere.
It's because they just want his money. That's all.
I just don't want him being cast as everything. I think it's fucking dumb.
I don't care about that. Like he's fucking good. Like if he fits the role, do it.
Yeah.
It's just Mario. I'm just iffy on. Like Garfield, I'm fine.
Garfield shouldn't have been touched. Bill Murray, just bring Bill Murray back for another Garfield.
They got the same humor. They got nearly the voices, so it doesn't make a big difference. It depends if it's a continuation or if it's a reboot thing.
Next, Chris Pratt will be the Grinch.
That wouldn't be bad.
And then it will be Cat the Hat.
Actually, that wouldn't be bad because of the humor.
And then it will be Puss in Boots. And then he'll be the Shrek.
Because he's not fucking
And then he'll be Barney the dinosaur.
Barney's not been a thing for like 20 years.
And Garfield hasn't been out for a long time. When was the last time we had a Mario movie?
20 years ago? 30 years ago? And that was shit, but still people love
Chris
it.
Pratt as E.T.
E.T. don't get another movie though.
The way they're going though. Oh god.
I mean, I never thought Garfield would either, but
Yeah. Chris Pratt as Alvin and the Chipmunks. He's all three of them, plus fucking what's his name?
I'm gonna Twitter there. I'm gonna Twitter there.
I'm gonna do some Photoshops. Just get on the meme and just fucking put his face on all these characters. It's not just
what the fuck?
it's not just Chris Pratt as Alvin. It's Chris Pratt as Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I don't get it. He's not even doing bad things. People just get salty because he said something.
What do you say?
I don't know. It's a big paragraph about his wife.
Too long to
And
read.
people are salty and put about someone else. I don't know. Fucking, I don't.
So there's a lot of shit coming out on him. There's a lot of shit coming out of him. So I don't know. I'm very on the fence because I do like him, like in like Guardians and stuff like that. And I did like him in the Lego Movie as voicing for that. Like that character made sense, but. And that's what I said. I just wanted to bring up that he's been very apparently anti autism and LGBT apparently.
I'll Google that.
Yeah.
I'll Google it. I'll see what comes up, but I reckon.
Or unless it's a lot of it's being blamed by association kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like attention association.
I'll put in Chris Pratt and AUT and nothing comes up with it. It's just an autograph and shit. So no one's talking about it. So
yeah, it's a weird thing. Everyone's been talking about it. I hear from it.
his son's autistic. Why would he be making? I mean, that's why he supports it. Like, yeah, but that's because he's got family. Like, fuck's sake, leave the man alone. Leave the fucking dude alone. Just because he got personal life out there, I mean, you got to fucking. He was actually crying in one of them videos about it. So you made a dude cry, man. Jesus, how do you feel? But the dude's just doing his thing.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
That's why I don't post on social media, because things happen. No, I don't post personal things on social media. Because I could say one wrong thing, one trigger word, and all Twitter will fucking.
That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of the problems could be is like the typical blame by association.
Most probably context. People don't get context anymore. I don't think. Like they look through a paragraph and pick out certain words, mash it together.
That's what I'm saying. There's mostly the blame by association because he's associated with something and supports something that's mostly against it. They're just like, well, because he supports them and they're against it, then he must be against it as well. Because that's where this is a lot of stuff that I'm hearing, that he's apparently against all these things. That's why I'm like, I don't know. But that's what I'm hearing, and the assumption is that's what I'm hearing.
It's not making news, so it's only people, internet people who are hiding behind accounts.
I mean, something like that, though, isn't really newsworthy. Like, someone being, like, anti-autism and isn't really newsworthy, realistically.
No, but
that's having an opinion. That is having an opinion. He's allowed to have an opinion.
Oh, I've got opinions that... Well, I got vaxxed because I've got an opinion that the vaccine's good. People don't. They're going to at me, most probably.
Most probably.
I'm not going to at them.
No.
Like, if you don't want to get it, don't get it.
Exactly. Like, I'm not against it. I just haven't got it and mostly don't want to get it.
And unless you get COVID, then you're like, ah, shit.
Don't think I'll get it.
Nah. I'm just doing it because well, I do need it because I don't want to if I get COVID, that's a bad thing. So, the doctor said, get it, I'll get it. If anything goes bad, it's his fault. Treat me, fucker.
I just don't want anything
to
go bad.
Me.
Yeah.
It's only a fucking flu jab, that's all it is.
Yeah, a lot of people have reactions to it.
Because the flu is COVID, like, just the everyday flu is COVID.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, why do I need to get jabbed then if it's just everyday cold?
10 off whatever it's called. Like, it's just a severe
That's what
cold.
I'm saying though. If it is just a severe
I mean,
cold, then
it
what's the
has killed
point?
millions of people though. So
Statistically, they say that.
I've seen posts. Oh, I've seen hospitals maxed because of it. Like people on breath,
They
the life support and shit. Like, damn.
they have that. They say that, but how do you actually know when it's the media? You know
Yeah,
what
I
I mean?
know.
Same. It's the same difference as like, you know what I mean?
I've been to a hospital that was packed.
See, I've been to
Which
hospitals
hospitals
that are
aren't usually
packed, but
packed like
there's
that.
like a lot of other shit still. Like it's very normal with
Mm.
everything else. Like all the hospitals I've been to when we've had to been to, it's still people going because they're like, oh, I've hurt myself. I broke this. This is
Mm.
thing. I've got sick. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
people nowadays too freak out when, and that's what they keep saying. Like, don't go to
I want
hospital
to
if you don't
test the
need to.
magnet though. I'm going to get a magnet and put it there.
Won't do anything.
I know. People are like,
But
oh, it sticks to my arm.
but
Like,
like that's a lot of
you
things.
know,
Like
magnets, if you're warm enough, it will stick to you.
yeah,
It will stick to you because of sweat and shit.
yep.
So I
But
don't know what the fuck they're doing.
But I think it's more of the time the problem is these day and age is people freak out with any kind of problems and they go straight to the hospitals. It's like go to your
What you're meant
doctors
to do.
first. Well, go to your doctors, associate with your doctors, and then if it's
Yeah,
really drastic,
they send you to the hospital though.
yeah. Like people freak out when they've cut themselves. Like, oh no, I'm gonna die from a cut. It's like you don't need to go to the hospital. Like, just
When you
wrap yourself
do,
up.
stitches.
No. Like people will just be for the most stupidest things. You just get a band-aid for. It's like, oh, I think I've got some disease now.
Oh
I've been
yeah,
cut. Like,
yeah, but they want to check if they haven't damaged nerves and
but like no, but
whatnot.
you know what I'm saying? They're like stupid things.
Mm.
Like people go to the hospital for. It's like, oh, I think I
It's
might
not,
have broken something. Like
it's not stupid. They're just being careful.
yeah, well that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people are being very careful these days. Like extra careful over anything and everything. Just rest up. Like
Well, I'm gonna say, whenever I had before, I was sick for 3 weeks,
yeah, that was like us as well. Pretty crook for a while there. It's like two
and
weeks.
I was already had the flu shots. That wasn't the fucking flu.
Yeah, so there's always weird sicknesses going around. So it's like, oh,
Fucking bats.
that's what I'm saying.
Bloody
Like I don't know.
the
Like
kung
it's
flu.
just weird. All these sicknesses going around. I mean, the weather's changing. Everything's changing. All these different sicknesses
Weather's
going
not
around.
changing now. It's actually nice.
Like I said,
It's
I
not
might.
cold anymore.
Like I said, I might end up having to get the jab at some point if I have to. If I have to, then I get it.
Well, you would
But
do for your work and shit, really.
this time I don't need to, so I don't have to.
No, but they're going to implement. You just know it's going to be when.
Yeah, I
Because
know,
remember
stupid.
the prime minister, every job's going to have jabs.
That's just dumb.
Otherwise, you lose your job.
That's just dumb. Don't know why.
Well, yeah.
Like that's the other stupid part too. It's like, oh, it's the jobs. We want everyone to be protected, but then it's like customers don't need to worry about it. Like, so the
Yeah,
employee needs to be
it's just the
protected,
workers.
but the workers need to be jabbed, but then customers don't. Doesn't matter if they're jabbed or not. Like, double standards much.
Apparently.
But like, but when I'm not working, I'm a customer, so therefore I shouldn't need to be jabbed. Like,
Yeah, it's weird. They don't make sense.
it's just
I
like,
did it just to be, just like you do need to be vaxxed, I'm already done.
yeah, just
So,
get the one shot and be like, yeah, I'm done.
no, I have the second one. I'm not going to half
Get
do a
it.
job.
You gotta wait the 3 weeks or something like that.
3 weeks, 26th.
You'll must be resting up when you get that one.
Why?
It seems to be quite common. A lot of people feel it the second time.
I felt it the first time. I'm fine now.
Yeah, no, you'll be like off your feet for a bit.
Yeah. I'll be doing this
People say they feel pretty crook.
because it's on the Friday and doing the podcast the next day.
You're gonna be feeling crook, bro. We'll find out.
Okay, if I'm not on, you probably know why.
You're too
And
crook.
we'll do it Sunday or something.
You'll be feeling too crook. Yeah, no. Some people just like have lingering.
You know, I had a
symptoms.
mate so in the bed for 2 days, just crook,
Yeah,
and then they're fine. So, yeah.
he was wrapped up in bed. Like, oh god, I've never been like had a shot and felt like that ever. Like,
I did once when I had the flu shot, but
you see, no, when I've had flu shots, it's
some
just
some
sore
people
arm.
do it. Some don't get sick or anything. So
Yeah, see, I've never had any problem with the flu shots in the past. It's a bit of a
I
sore
haven't
arm.
either.
Done with it.
I
But
didn't, I didn't even have that until now.
the amount of times I'm
Like
hearing though,
my normal flu shot, I didn't even feel it.
yeah.
But yeah,
But like the other stuff that's saying though too is, like I've been watching science things lately too that have just been randomly popping up, and there's been specifically saying now going with how the body generates like how it's proteins and do stuff. Your body has already been designed to defend against COVID-19 and stuff like that before it even existed.
Well,
Because
to a point.
genetically, because it's those things have already been
Because
around.
once you have the flu, then you've got the antibodies to counter it the next time.
Well, they're
So
saying
you actually got to get it first to get rid of it.
well,
Even quicker the
well,
next
they were
time.
saying in this one documentary I was watching that your antibodies already know, like, kind of weirdly enough, know things in advance. It's fucking weird. I was like, what? Yeah, it's like this whole
Yeah, I
scientific
mean, not
breakdown.
really, because look at SARS and shit. That wiped out fucking millions, and no one was resistant to
So
that.
it's fucking weird. It's like, what the fuck?
No, it's once you get sick, you fight it off. Then your body knows.
Yeah, it's, and I guess that's why they do the jab. It's the pre-protein to like,
I think.
simulate.
Well, people say there's COVID in there, but it's not.
No, it's just base proteins that simulate COVID, so
Yeah,
that your body.
just to get your immune system ready for. Hence why, like what Corey Taylor said, he got sick after the jab. He was sick for 2 days
Yeah,
after when he got positive. He wasn't really sick. He said when he was, but he was
but he
fine.
tested positive like after he'd already had his jabs.
Yeah.
Well, how long after
But
he
he
got
said
his
he only
second
was
jab?
sick for a couple of days.
Did he catch
Hey.
it? Because he ended up actually getting COVID, didn't he?
Yeah.
But how long was that after he had his second jab?
A few days or weeks or
Yeah,
something.
because it says with your second shot, that second shot doesn't activate until, or actually take effect. Activate doesn't take full effect until 2 weeks later.
I think he had it way after the
So
shot.
if he had the second shot and then he ended up getting COVID, then the second shot wouldn't have done anything.
Because he was sick for a couple of days and then he's performing live again. Like,
Yeah.
he was fine. So...
It's fucking
I don't
weird.
know.
It's weird shit. It's some weird sickness. We've never seen this before in our
we
history.
have.
So. Not really. I'm not saying like
We had
recently for us.
COVID-18, or the last COVID was a flu. Like,
Forever
swine
ago.
flu was COVID.
That's what I mean. It's weird.
They're all
How they,
called
like-
COVID, but they all got different years for the different times. And,
It's weird how they do it.
well,
Bat
nah,
flu.
it's scientists for you.
Bat flu wasn't cool enough.
Huh?
The bat flu wasn't cool enough.
I want to become Batman, but didn't happen.
Corona. Out of all things, they're like COVID, but then they called it the coronavirus. Like what? Is it realistically like what? What?
I think they're all called that as well, coronavirus.
I don't know. How many
Let
coronas?
me Google. I'll Google and how many different viruses come up with corona.
Like it's so fucking weird. How many different names things have?
Corona. Oh, I'm not even typing.
I like coronas. I like drinking them all. It's just, you know what I mean. It's just interesting like facts. It's just interesting how they have like different names.
We weren't alive for the last outbreaks and shit, so we don't know. Like SARS and that was
80,
back
70s?
when.
80s, 70s?
Yeah, well, we weren't alive. Well, you wasn't either, was you?
Was it 60s or 70s that was?
I don't know, but there was one before that as well.
Before
Like,
that, I can't remember how long ago SARS was.
like they do come around.
But like, yeah, for us, it's not. Yeah, this is our thing for us.
Oh, it's all one word.
But like, I don't know. It's getting weird. Like, it's getting pretty. I don't know. Everyone's getting vaxxed, so everyone's pretty much vaxxed.
Well, no one.
And like,
I don't know.
there's still people, because there's still people that aren't going to be able to get vaxxed. Like, there's still people that can't actually get
well,
vaxxed.
they probably got things in the exemptions and stuff where they just can't.
Like medically, there's a lot of people that can't get it medically. Religiously as well, there's some people that don't get it religiously.
Yeah,
But I
well,
don't know.
SARS was COVID too.
COVID 2.
Hmm.
And when was that? What year was that? Because now we're at COVID-19, so that's a lot.
Yeah, because it was 2019.
Well, when was
That's
COVID
why.
2? Was it 1902?
I'll have a look.
Like, was it the year 2?
The year 2.
Like,
The year 2. That's crazy. Wait. What in the fuck's going on? Origins. I don't know the origins. Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
instead
Actually.
of Origins,
Yeah, that's got COVID.
they got COVID.
Origin of SARS-CoV-2 2020. What? I mean, this is technically a thing because it's all
I don't
COVID. It's what they call them.
It's whatever scientific
Like
term
swan
they
flu,
give.
COVID.
It's all these scientific terms they give these things. It's whack. Or different
Well,
outbreaks or
they've
whatever.
got all the Yeah, coronavirus disease. Oh no, it's caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus.
Yeah, it's related to that.
Hmm.
It's an evolved form of that, realistically.
Well, every flu evolves, so
Mm. That's what they used to come down to, saying that it's just an evolved form of SARS.
mm-hmm.
What else we got? Anything else before we go on and get on to this other
I
stuff?
got nothing.
Nothing. I just want to cover over this Spider-Man stuff that we've been popping up lately. So we're getting closer. Next month, Spider-Man No Way Home drops. But there's been a lot of more leaked
Yes.
content jumping up online, and as of this stage, posters have now been appearing on buses for No Way Home, which appear had to
It's
show.
less than a month, I think,
Yeah.
till it's out.
So
Or
the posters
about a month.
have like the weird time space. I don't know what it is, and it's got basically you see the Doc Ock tentacles, and you see Spider-Man in the Iron Spider suit with the arms out. There's no names on the poster. It's just Spider-Man No Way Home. That's it. There's no actor names, no other names, no production, nothing. It's just Spider-Man No Way Home and the date.
Ours was 2002.
2002. Okay, so the 2000s. Wow.
2002 to 2004.
So, it wasn't that bad then, was it?
Well, yeah.
I don't
It
remember.
affects over 8,000 people.
8,000.
That's all.
That wasn't much.
It was only very.
Small outbreak.
I think it was, I don't know.
Because SARS wasn't SARS a bajillion years ago.
I started in China,
Everything started in China, dude.
Guangdong.
They're all close to Wuhan. You'd be surprised. You look at where they come from, they're all Wuhan.
It's from Shunde Guangdong.
Yep. And guess how far it is from Wuhan? Not that far.
I don't know.
It's pretty close to Wuhan, from what I remember. All these things
How do you know?
I watched a documentary. All these.
Because Wuhan's got that lab there with all the flus in it.
Yep.
And it just could take one person like Resident Evil.
Yep.
Which
Swine flu.
Which what probably happened. Someone just fucked up.
Swine flu, bird flu, mad cow disease.
Or China.
Or China. Or Wuhan.
Wuhan.
Or
Or around it.
very close around it. So.
China's trying to see what kills quicker, and then just
The fact that COVID dropped when that whole thing was going on in China. Peak
took
of
all
the
the pressure
Chinese peak of the Chinese Revolution. Basically, the Chinese Revolution was happening. The revolt,
everyone's getting defenses right now.
just as it was right there, just as they were getting somewhere, just as the peak, COVID dropped, just at the perfect time.
That's all conspiracy, isn't it? Really? Like, who knew what fucking happened?
It's so convenient that it happened just as it
who
needed
knows
to,
how
just as it had to. And guess what happened? All the Chinese people were locked up in their homes. People were even barred in. Their doors were actually nailed shut from the outside.
That should be illegal. That should be. Jesus.
Yep.
Just imagine turning to zombies and you're locked in the house with it. Oof. Get me out of here! No, you're locked in there. That's a fucking zombie.
It's fucked.
Just take a selfie. You see what I got to deal with?
Stab it in the brain.
People like that. I don't get. There's zombie movies in these universes, and they're like, how do you kill a zombie?
They've been preparing us, man. Dude, these movies prepare us for everything. Why do you think they keep shoving zombie movies and alien movies? They're preparing us for when any of these events happen.
Yeah, but zombies, that's weird. They got runners, they got walkers. Zombies, and it's been proven, zombies can't ever exist. Because once a body dies, they're dead. Like, they stiff. They can't do anything. Their muscles are dead, everything. No, I mean, I've actually watched, what's it called?
Documentary.
Human anatomy thing. They're the professionals, and they're just like, it's impossible.
But if it happens just at the point when you've died fresh and your body's still like...
They've already done that as well. I can give you the video.
They've done all that. They've gone it down. They broke it down.
It's actually interesting. They actually got real dead bodies, and it's not possible.
Rigor mortis sets in.
Mm-hmm.
Rick and Mortis sets in.
Rick and Mortis, yeah. Rick and Mortis, fuck's sake. Yeah, but it's not possible. Because you need your brain, but your brain's dead, and that's the only way you can move your body.
Well, that's why a lot of those sicknesses work. That's why they say you got to destroy the brain, because the brain basically is rabies.
The person dies, the brain's dead.
Well, it's more of like a corruption conversion. Like you kind of die, but you don't die. So they call it the Living Dead. Like that's what the always
Yeah,
narrative is
then you're
behind
not
it.
dead though. You're not exactly dead. You just
You're just not yourself no longer. Like your brain's fully
that's
taken.
weird.
That's fucking yeah.
I don't know, zombies will never be a thing unless people make them.
So
Like German super
aliens, on the
soldiers or
other hand.
something. And they're watching us like, what the fuck are they doing?
Oh, if those aliens, then maybe that's that one guy that's over 60 from a different country. It's actually an alien watching us.
Over
Hi.
60 in a different country. Oh!
Maybe they subscribe to the Beauty Rest
I'm thinking
podcast.
Simpsons, the dude, the one eye just like up there just discussing what's going on through the podcast.
They're watching us. Oh, there's the one channel I can only seem to pick up. I don't know why. I can't get anything else. But these guys are pretty good.
They keep coming back and it's like, what do we got today?
What's going on?
Because we talk about everything, so just getting everything weekly into one thing.
Yeah. We've had a lot this episode. Quickly come back to
Yeah,
it
but
so we can wrap up
TikTok.
this
They got
episode.
on TikTok next.
Yeah, well, they can find us a lot now. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff, so we're going to come back. There's a lot of stuff leaking from Spider-Man No Way Home now. We're getting closer and closer to the release, so more stuff has been leaking. One of the biggest photos that's been put out there that was first shared because someone did a concept sketch redrawing to avoid copyright takedowns. Someone got someone to draw a photo of what they saw at first at one point of the suit, which was hilarious as someone did a rendition of the suit. Technically, because it's fan art, it can pass copyright, so they can't actually get striked.
On the thing, just...
So someone did a redrawing, but the photo's actually been up and it has been around, and it actually has a stuntman wearing the suit, and it's the Green Goblin suit. I don't know if you have you seen.
Apparently Willem Dafoe's coming back as him.
Yeah. He'd been already said it ages ago that they were coming back. Willem Dafoe was coming back. But yeah, it's the original suit from
When he got stabbed in, right?
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Exact same green
weird,
suit.
Though. That, when you look at it now, it looks so fucking animated. Like, it looks so cartoony.
Well, it does. Like that's what I mean. But have you seen the new
Got
version?
the overdone head and face and shit. Like,
well, have you seen the suit now? How it looks now?
No.
So basically, you know how in the end of that he got impaled by you know how he got in the whole fight and his damage and everything.
Yeah, it was around the midsection.
And then he was impaled through the guts and everything like that, like through the stomach. Well, the suit now actually has the damage still from when he was in the fight with Spider-Man. So the arm plates and stuff are damaged and broken. The chest plate.
Die?
Well, the chest plate is actually damaged as well. You can see the break and stuff in the damage, and he's actually got a satchel now that's around his waist and actually strapped to the body. But there's actual battle damage on the chest plates and stuff, and around the waist and stuff.
Not the same from there. It's probably a different
it's
timeline.
Like possibly it's the same timeline, or he could have survived. I don't know whether he
he wouldn't have survived that because he died. Like,
well, that's what I mean. So like that, he got directly impaled. So this could be the alternate version where he was in the same situation.
He beat Spider-Man maybe, and they pulled him from.
Well, that's exactly either he beats Spider-Man, or it was close enough that he nearly got impaled, but he maybe dodged it. Maybe that could be a situation too. Where he got into the fight, maybe when it came into impale, he could have moved out of the way, and it, you know what I mean. That could be the situation there.
Or he just killed Spider-Man. He's riding a high. It's like, I'll get these Spider-Man.
So who knows? But yeah, it's the exact same suit because it's the exact same suit with the battle damage that looks basically close to what happened at the end of that fight sequence with in the Sam Raimi universe. So that looks pretty dope. Peter, hello Peter. Hey Peter! That was actually a TikTok I saw on the thing where someone was sitting in the theater. The Spider-Man trailer played, and it just says, he goes, "Hello Peter." The guy in the crowd goes, "Hey Peter!" in the voice. I was like, "That's hilarious."
I'm sure pissed those Doc Ock arms are fake.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit disappointing because of all the fun stuff that they've done with the real
That's
arms.
why I knew that looked off because it didn't look as cool as the movie was, like the old movies.
Well, there's some leaks that have been popping up as well now for the arms that are featuring the tentacles with gold and red plating, looking very
red.
Yeah, looking very Stark tech, possibly.
Oh, so he is helping probably the Spider-Man or Spider-Man or
possibly,
something.
yeah. So, or whether he's from which part, whether he's maybe rebuilt his arms.
Be bad after what happened to him. Like fuck me.
Well, the redemption he made, like himself at the end there, because like they said, he's
bad.
Well, like they said that he's supposed to be straight after of coming out. Like he's the same one that was from that. Like it's not a different reality. Like he's that reality. Like
because he wouldn't be smiling at Peter if he wanted to kill him.
Yeah, it was a bit sus. It was a bit yeah on the nose.
I just don't. Wait, well, what was it? Oh fuck! I lost it.
He lost it. But yeah, so we've got we've already seen what Doc Ock looks like in the trailers. They've straight up shown him the leaked footage.
Really.
or the leaked photo, should I say,
Well,
of Goblin looks amazing because it's the same suit. They've basically added the satchel to it, and they've still got the same helmet, but they've actually looked like they've added the purple drape now, so he's actually going to have the purple hood added
oh,
to it, so you can flip it up over. And I haven't found the photos yet, but people have seen photos leaking around that have been official suits from, and everyone's been talking about in a lot of videos of the 3 spider suits. So that's Tom Holland's suit, Tobey
well,
Maguire's suit, and Andrew Garfield's
Maguire's
suit, all
wouldn't
hanging
change
up.
because he's got that classic suit,
Mm.
like the silver webbing all over it.
Yeah, it's very prominent. So they've got the 3 suits, and people have seen photos of the 3 suits hanging up on a rack together in like a stage
I
with
think
the
that's the
names
best suit though, like ever.
of the 3D
That
webbing.
fucking Raimi Spider-Man, that looks so good.
It's so good. But the fact that like they've been going around now, it's just like even more because they've been dropping up, and then Sony's been taking them down. So every time Sony keeps taking them down, it just keeps confirming more and more that these are real. Like
Or they just like, just stop it.
just like there's a lot of stuff people put up, and Sony won't touch. Sony haven't been like but then these things
Or
keep
they're just
popping up.
making everyone confused. Like they're not touching this, but this. Maybe it's the other way around.
Yeah, it's very weird, but they've
They're
definitely
probably
been a lot
playing
of
mind
talks.
games just so people. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. We won't know.
the fact that the posters have dropped, the movie posters
I
have
don't
dropped,
reckon they're in there for that long though, because
and their names haven't been
you
posted.
can't
around.
focus on 3 Spider-Man plus all the villains for
Oh
that
no, with all the
long.
villains that they got going on, there's so much happening.
I still reckon that Tom Holland one's gonna die or something, and hence No Way Home. So
Well, the apparently the rumors with the whole No Way Home is because of the dimensions people coming through the No Way Home.
hence fact that he's probably gonna die or get stranded somewhere else, or
Yeah, I feel like he gets stranded. I don't think he'll die because there's talk still that he kind of hinted himself that it's still left open, but he said the trilogy has ended.
which
But
means
there's
no more
still
solo Spideys. I mean,
there's still
Spider-Man and
room.
Venom.
Well,
Maybe.
there's still room that there could be
Maybe
more.
Venom gets Spider-Man.
But
Who
this
knows?
is because I remember his tweet and stuff he put out, and they basically said that this is the last that those 3 guys are working together, which is Tom
Well, first and
Holland,
only time.
Tom Holland. No, this is Tom Holland, Zendaya, and
Oh.
the guy who played Ned. That was the post about that. That was the last time that those 3 are working together. That's what the big post was. Is that this is a wrap up
shit.
of a movie, and this is the last time
So-
those 3 are working together. That's what he was a bit upset about and grateful was that was they're done, and this is the last they're working together.
That's crazy. So
So it doesn't specifically state that
Ooh.
Spider-Man is finished. It just states that they're done working together. They've
Which
done a
means that
production final because
they're just
they've been
done?
all together on the first movie, second movie, and now the third movie. They're done working together now. So there's still room to leave it open to have him still be Spider-Man and do independent stuff or working in.
but-
So he's very
I
on the
reckon it's
nose.
just going to be him and Venom, him Morbius, stuff like that, and that's it. Like it'll be more
Well,
of
definitely the
Sony
whole-
verse.
Definitely the whole Venom thing with that ending though. That revealed that like he ended up
Yeah, well,
in that Spider like
the director said that they're going to fight at some point. So
So it's
Just
like
don't know when.
ooh, the fact that that little secret ending though at the end of Venom 2 had that
I think
that
I've
twist.
seen that. I'm like,
that
Oh,
twist that
fucking
showed the
fucking
other
IGN, I think it was.
yeah
Like,
they've been
God
pushing
dang
that
it.
around. It's kind of funny, but it's like so out of
I mean,
place.
it doesn't spoil the movie, but like,
It just sets up where the next one is going, like what's happening.
we all know Venom's going to win because it's Venom.
Yeah, he'll whoop him.
It just depends what happens to Carnage. Like, is he dead? Is he alive? Is he locked up? Is he extracted? Like, fuck, who knows? Is Venom Carnage part Carnage? Who knows?
I mean, I know, but I won't spoil it for you.
No, I'm gonna wait for the movie.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I know what happens. I know the setup.
I've seen the ending part. I'm just like, ooh.
I know the
Yes,
setup.
yes, yeah.
I know the
Yes,
setup. I
indeed.
know who dies. I know
Yeah.
who lives. I know what they're so.
I'm keen to watch it.
I don't want to spoil anything until you've seen it and
Yeah.
talk about it. So, unfortunately for us, because see, I had my ways of watching it because it's already been out in America. In Australia, it doesn't drop until a couple more weeks. It was November something.
25th, 26th.
So yeah, it's very delayed for people in Australia. For us, because I couldn't wait, I ended up wanting to watch it early because I wanted to get out of the way because a lot of people were spoiling it. That has
So
died down now.
spoiler-free.
Like that has died down pretty quickly though. Like that actually was it spiked and died pretty quickly. People talking
Because
about
everyone
Venom.
likes talking about spoilers. Like, it's the dickheads who post it. Everyone's like, fuck off.
That's why I ended up watching because I started seeing too many spoilers. I'm like, nah, before this gets any worse, I need to watch the movie. So I watched it. And yeah. Morbius.
I've like keywords on social media so you don't see them.
There was rumors too that there were apparent rumors that the new Spider-Man trailer has been dropping at the start of Eternals. There's been talks of that.
That makes sense though. They
Yeah,
gotta
there's
like
been rumors that's
tease
happening.
that
One,
because it's like the next movie.
yeah. So one person I was looking on one of the forums was disappointed because they had 3 Bond trailers at the start of their Eternals.
Oh, for No Time to Die.
Yeah, they had 3 different trailers play.
Which means, is there a thing though? Because it's gonna be on every showing, wouldn't it? Really?
It depends. It depends on who gets what. Like, not all cinemas are gonna have the same
Yeah, but
trailers.
being Spider-Man's after Eternals, well, not by March.
Hmm.
It's not even out in cinemas yet. The Eternals here,
Yeah,
is it?
yeah. Started this week, last week, this week.
No, I mean yesterday.
No, it's been out there for ourselves last week.
What?
Yeah, it's already started.
I thought it was later.
No, this week then. It's not Saturday, so yeah. Yeah, it's already in Australia. So yeah, so there's that. Morbius, we're getting closer, which is I think next year. They pushed it back
Morbius
to
is
January.
early next year. I'm keen.
January next year. They finally got it.
Yeah.
Taken long enough.
March, January
Taken-
22nd, isn't it?
Yeah, taken long enough because it was meant to have come out like last year, this year, as well. Like that's been delayed and pushed back. That alone made a lot of Easter egg references. If people haven't watched it, go watch some of the breakdowns and trailers of that. That as more, they're still pushing that same photo of the Sam Raimi suit that was taken from the video game. That's still showing up on the walls after even everyone had already pointed out they had not changed that. So there's still references that's making reference to the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. I think it's going to be because it's set after as well. Morbius is
November
apparently
4th.
yeah. What's that for? Oh, that when it came out, Eternals came out.
Eternals.
The fact that I think Morbius takes place after No Way Home as well. I think it's supposed to be. That
Or during. Because it comes out pretty much a month after. So
something like that. The fact that there's that Spider-Man, that's the same Raimi Spider-Man that has murderer written over his face.
well, he did kill a lot of people.
Hey,
Well, not a lot, but like he did kill people.
Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Hmm.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Hmm.
The fact that like they've
He
had
killed people.
the fact that they've like got that photo now and murderer over his face is kind of hinting at more and more that's going to be possibly setting up for the movie, where that something's going to happen. That's what a lot of people are talking about now as well. Is that there's going to be a situation that is going to happen with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man,
Spider-Man probably.
and whether he's going to kill someone possibly, and that's why he's been that version of him has been slated as a murderer, not just Tom Holland's one, like this version, possibly. That's what a lot of people are talking about now. That's why it's specifically the Tobey Maguire suit, like Sam Raimi suit Spider-Man on the wall.
Yeah, because he got branded murderer for killing Mysterio.
Well, that was Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yeah, but like they could have mixed because they don't know who Spider-Man is. They just know Spider-Man killed Mysterio. It could be any fucking.
Well, that's why a lot of people are saying that it's not Mysterio, the whole murderer thing, because this is the Sam Raimi suit Spider-Man.
Oh, it is. I mean, Mysterio called him branded him a murderer.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like that, we know that happened with the Tom Holland Spider-Man. We know that happened, but there's a lot of talks.
Yeah, but they don't know that there's 3 different Peters though. Like
No,
that's what
I'm saying. Like that, we know that, but like that's what a lot of people are talking about now. That's the suspected rumor that there's this suit Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, possibly kills someone in the new movie. That's why he gets slated as a murderer now.
Would Maguire come back as Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Are they like making probably a new trilogy with probably?
Well, the other
Tobey
thing too
Maguire
that's
or
been
something?
leaking as well is there's another thing too is that they're
Well, not a trilogy,
re-releasing.
probably a movie or so.
There's the movies, which is interesting enough because they are different universes. But you know how your movies have your steelbook covers and stuff like that. You know, you collect your steelbooks. Apparently, the re-release they're doing, which I think we talked about this in the other episode, a couple of episodes back, that they're doing each now special release. They're doing the Tom Holland, they're doing the Sam Raimi universe, which is the Tom Maguire universe, the Andrew Garfield universe, and the Tom Holland universe, doing matching cases. So, which is speculating why they're even more in the movie as well.
I just wonder if Maguire is coming back as Spider-Man. Though, like
He
for
would.
a few movies.
Well, who knows if it's going to be just for this one or a few, but
Tom Holland gone, and Garfield gone, Maguire back makes sense.
who knows? I mean, they could do anything once they've done this.
Because Sony,
Once they do,
because I said they Venom and shit like could be
Well, once they've done the
Maguire.
multiverse, they can do anything after this, depending on how the narrative goes. We don't know. That's why there's speculation that the new Tobey Maguire could end up being a bad Spider-Man almost. Like he could be a
Three,
dick. Like he could be the one slated as murderer because he could be the one that takes the blame instead, and they played it like Tom Holland was the murderer. He takes the blame instead and makes it that he was the murderer and he was actually the one that killed. Anything could happen. So, but that's what people are speculating. That's why people are speculating that specifically because everyone should know now what Spider-Man looks like in that suit. Why is this suit specifically been painted up on the wall?
They're not too different though. Like out of quick flash, you wouldn't even tell them apart.
Oh, yes and no. Like there are some prominent differences.
Red and blue, so.
Well, Tom Holland's red, blue, and black. Like, there's a lot of black in Tom Holland's suit.
Not his original one, was it?
Yeah. There's a lot of black in it, like black stripping and stuff, and then the webs are in the suit. Well, of course, Tobey Maguire's has got the 3D webs, which is very prominent to have 3D webs. I mean, it's kind of obvious if someone's going to do a graffiti art piece of Spider-Man. That's kind of obvious if they specifically got the detail of that suit. Like, you've clearly looked at Spider-Man and gone, okay, this is this suit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here's this one, you know what I mean? And the build's very different as well.
I'm keen, like, Maguire's the best fucking
like,
Spider-Man.
The fact alone, like, the recent trailer had made reference, there was a Venom quote that was in the Morbius trailer. There was the graffiti still up on the wall from...
Who are you? I'm Venom.
Like... There's that.
Like, why would he even do that?
That's what I mean.
Know who Venom is.
That's exactly it. Like, it's so weird. So we've got a Venom reference quote in the trailer. There's still the graffiti tag of Tobey Maguire's. There's apparently the Tom Holland reference. I think there was supposed to be like this breakdown had the trailer. There was a reference to Tom Holland, Spider-Man. The Tobey Maguire spray was still up on the wall, which is for the game. Then there was supposed to be an Andrew Garfield reference, and then there's the Venom reference. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, Garfield one.
There's so many references apparently happening in this fucking trailer.
It was mostly all Raimi stuff, though.
So it's just like, what?
Like the Bugle, Jonah Jameson, Raimi. Well,
especially being the newspapers.
Yeah.
Because the Tom Holland's all digital.
He was in the newspaper, or
reading the paper.
Even in Venom, Bugle in the newspaper.
Even Venom, like he's reading the newspapers and stuff. But that's a different again, which speculation because if you go back to
I reckon the Holland and that are getting ditched after this, ready for Maguire and that to be their own Maguire Venom.
Who knows? But the fact being, even in Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, that still had the papered Daily Bugle. In the Andrew Garfield universe. So imagine if...
Was he in that, though? Was Jameson in
that?
They
didn't show that, but they had the Daily Bugle in it.
Didn't have his voice in there either, so I don't think it was even J.K. Simmons.
They keep showing him as being like... If you look at all the memes, they go, J.K. Simmons appeared as J. Jones and all... Like, I don't remember seeing him at all in the in Andrew Garfield's at all. Like, but people say he was. I'm like, I don't remember seeing him or hearing him, but... Like, the Daily Bugle exists, but...
It was someone else, I think.
So it's interesting to figure out what universe they come
from. It's more Raimi, because the newspaper took pictures from the newspaper.
Well, that's what gets me, though. That's what gets me, because you got, like, the Venom movie, which has the exact same Daily Bugle art style newspaper, but it's not set in the Raimi universe, which is weird.
I think it is.
Different Venom.
It is, but it isn't.
Because Venom, we already had Venom in the Raimi universe.
Yeah, the Topher Grace one.
Which we already saw how Venom came to Earth. We saw the origin of how it happened. Where we saw how Venom happened in Venom. We saw how... And he explained the whole origin of Venom. So it's clearly two different Venoms. So it can't be in the same universe because you can't have two different Venoms existing in the same universe. So it's interesting. It's just weird. So whether it's similar, like it's a very similar parallel universe to the Raimi, but just enough to be different, like, or is Venom set technically in the Garfield? Like, which universe do they come from? Like, where are they set? Because they're so similar with the newspapers and all these little details. They're so similar, so close to the Raimi one.
I reckon it's all that. Like, it's all the Raimi one.
Like one shift off. If it's one shift off, then is
because that's always Sony, and that they got. Venom and Morbius.
The fact that it's the one universe, like it's sort of thing, but like okay, if it's a shift off, then does that mean if Venom's, because like I said, coming back to the paper being so similar, I know it's most on there like, oh, it's Easter eggs, but it's still a key detail. If it's one shift off, then like if it's a shift alpha to like say the Sam Raimi we've got is like alpha 1 is like the Venom one like alpha 2, like it's a slight variant where things are slightly
So
different.
they don't have to acknowledge that Eddie Brock before was the real Eddie Brock.
Well,
either.
that's what I'm saying though. Like, well, no, his name's Eddie Brock.
Yeah, but they didn't have to be like they can just move on from that to.
Well, that's what I'm saying
new...
though. Is this like in Alpha 2 universe, like Eddie Brock, where he didn't end up going to the Daily Bugle directly, but like it's like not Tom, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man still did what he did, but like it never ended up having that situation with number 3 where Venom crashed and Eddie Brock went like Eddie Brock is the Eddie Brock we see in Venom. You know what I mean? Like
that Venom shit. I think.
like you know what I mean?
Weird.
Like is it an alternate shift where events were just enough differently that Eddie Brock was born differently? So, you know what I mean? Like it's timeline stuff. So is Venom? That's why I'm coming to this other extension. Is the Venom movie we see with Tom Hardy is maybe the new version of Green Goblin we're seeing? Is he from the same universe that you know what I mean? Is he in that universe? Is Alpha 2 or is it Alpha 3? You know what I mean? Which you know what I mean?
I'm thinking there's probably Easter eggs through Venom about like who's in these Spider-Man and shit. Like,
it's just crazy because you've got to think about it. People have missed. You've got Raimi's. So Raimi's is like Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3.
He's involved with the new stuff, isn't he? As well. So
what was that?
He's involved with the stuff.
Raimi's definitely working on the new Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, but isn't he got a hand in like Venom and shit as well in some spots?
I don't know. I'm not too sure.
And Morbius?
Maybe with Morbius, but I know he does with Doctor Strange, which then ties towards the Spider-Man movie because Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, is straight after No Way Home. Like they're part and parcel. They're like it's Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, well, like I say, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is technically a sequel straight to Spider-Man No Way Home. Like that's a sequel basically direct up after it.
Why they got Michael Keaton as Adrian Toomes? He's not confirmed to be Toomes in Morbius. He could be someone else.
No, he is. He actually is the Vulture in that. They revealed that in the suit and everything because he's got the jail suit.
So he got out of. That's weird.
No, he's still in prison. He sees him in prison.
I thought it was in a workshop.
No, yeah, it's a workshop within the prison. You see it in the new trailer. They explain a lot of the stuff there because Morbius is in prison. In the new trailer. So there's a lot.
Oh, it's got nothing to do with it. Raimi.
There's just so much going on. It's just like, what the fuck? There's so much happening. So like I said, now you got like you've already got 3 different Spider-Mans, and then from there, like I said, it takes one shift difference, and then you've got like I said, you've got Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3 for that universe. Then you've got Andrew Garfield, and then if there's spin-offs from that, so you got Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3 for that. You know what I mean? Like there's so many fucking like.
I reckon they're gonna clear it up though, because people are gonna die in No Way Home.
Well, there's so many bad guys in No Way Home as well.
I reckon at least 2 Spider-Men are gonna die, if not 3, all of them.
Well, there's usually one at least, and there was talks earlier on that I think it was either Garfield's, or Tobey Maguire's. Like Tom Holland survives from the early talks, but it was either Tobey or Andrew Garfield that died. But a lot of it, I think, was pointing towards Garfield. Because I think there was a scene everyone keeps talking about with the rumours that they were talking from the scene.
Yeah, they killed the less popular one.
That Toby and Tom Holland stands over Garfield's body. And like he's dead or whatever, he's dying. There's always been that talk for a long time. Which, more and more, it's starting to sound not that crazy. Which would give them more incentive if you've got a group of Spider-Mans fighting a bunch of people, if one of them dies, they'll give any of them more incentive to fight because it's like, hey, one of us have died. We are pretty strong.
There's a lot of bad guys in that movie. That's
what I'm saying though. Like there's you think about like how much Spider-Man takes on and how much he does, and
maybe
how much
more.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like how much Spider-Man takes on and he always survives and always scrapes through. Imagine how you would feel if one of you guys got taken down and died. You'd be like, okay, we really need to fucking pick our game up now because one of us have actually died and we're pretty powerful. So it's going to be interesting. The fact that we've got Green Goblin, we've got Doc Ock.
I'm thinking how rushed that movie's going to be though. It could be shit as well.
Well, the fact wasn't you were talking about it was like nearly 3 hours long. They're expecting to be.
Well, 2.5, I think it was.
2:45 most probably.
That's still not long enough. It needs to be part 1 and part 2, like an Avengers.
Thing. It's gonna be crazy, Sam. Man, there's so many characters in this movie. We've talked about.
They're gonna die either quick,
Oh,
Someone gonna be like dead just like that.
it's gonna leave cliffhangers. I can tell you now. It's gonna definitely leave cliffhanger. Because there's the scene talk as well too with um Tom Holland's brother as well. That's been talking around about that scene with him in it, where he's in a situation and he saves him. Either his version saves him or another Spider-Man saves him. I think it was.
There's so many Raimis. Ivan Raimi, Ted Raimi. They all look the same.
Oh, really?
They're all brothers.
God.
There's so many Raimis.
Well,
That's
Sam,
crazy.
what's his name? Which one is it that's always in these brothers' movies?
Ted?
He's like the skinnier version. He looks so
Yeah,
weird.
Ted.
He's like the squished version.
He's in Army of Darkness and shit.
Yeah, he's
Evil
always in
Dead.
his movies. He's always in his movies. He looks like I said, he looks like the squished version, and then Sam Raimi's like the stretched out version.
No, stretched out one's Ivan Raimi.
Oh, is he stretched out? Oh no, because Sam Raimi's like I guess the middle one, Ted's squished, and then Ivan's
Ted's the
stretched out.
youngest.
Ivan.
I don't know. There's so many fucking Raimis. Siblings: Ted Raimi, Sam Raimi, Sander Raimi, Raimi,
Oh God.
Andrea Raimi. A lot.
He's the hairless Raimi.
The old one. That's why the oldest one. I bet you.
Oh God.
Hang on.
Wow.
Why are we going down the rabbit holes of the Raimis right now?
I have no idea. Siblings: Ted, Sam, Sander, Andrea.
Who's Sander though? Is he another looking
Sander
Raimi? I
Raimi,
can't
Ivan's
tell.
brother.
Oh, he
Oh
died
wow,
so
he didn't
fast.
live long enough. 1953 to 1968.
Crazy.
Who's that?
I know, I'm keen for the movie. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. People's gonna die. We know that.
Oh yeah.
Mostly all the villains, maybe. Except probably Doc Ock and that, because he's helping with the time machine and shit, or whatever the fuck Peter set off with that fucking time thing.
That whole.
They got Doc Ock to help.
Yeah, that weird magic whoop-de-whoop thing.
Yeah, that's why he's in there. Because they're like, let's get Doc Ock to help. And he teleports him there and shit. Because I'm magic, I know all this.
I am magic.
Well, why else would he be there? He's the one who knows technology better than anyone else. He can stop that and reverse it, and probably not reverse it, but like he can stop it and shit. So that makes sense why he's there. He's helping Peters.
Someone just posted on one of the fucking Overwatch groups going in an alternate
No
universe. Was
no,
it?
don't.
Hey.
Don't say Chris Pratt.
No. It's got in an alternate universe. Apex Legends 2 officially delayed, and the biggest Overwatch update yet to be released November 9th. So technically, what's happening is Overwatch 2 is delayed, and Apex Legend is getting its biggest update yet on November 9th.
I said Overwatch 2's been delayed.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is an alternate reality. It's like people are saying in this Overwatch group saying that Apex Legends 2 should be delayed, and then there should be a big update for Overwatch.
But they're two different fucking People are stupid.
No, but that's what they're saying though. They're saying in an alternate reality, that's how it should be. That's how these Overwatch.
But why
fans...
Apex? What?
I don't know. But that's what they're saying in alternate reality. In the alternate reality, it's just like, but no, realistically, in our reality,
there's meant to be a correlation between the games to be an old. I don't.
In our reality, though, Overwatch 2 is being delayed and Apex Legends is getting a big update.
Overwatch is a dead game.
No, people still play it, apparently.
I hear nothing about it anymore.
Don't even get me started with Mr. Certain Person, Mr. DayZ, who was playing Overwatch the other day.
Oh well. Well, that's one person.
He had more viewers on his stream when he was playing Overwatch than he has ever had on any of his other streams. Most of his streams he does he gets like between 2 to 5, maybe 6 people. He was playing Overwatch. He had nearly 30 people.
Whew.
I was like, what? He's just playing Overwatch.
Oh well.
I was like, so much for Overwatch being a dead game.
I mean, no one talks about it anymore.
But yeah, it's dragging on still. Like a lot of people are still playing it. It's fucking.
They're all keen for the second one, really.
Well, that's never gonna
Not
happen.
no more.
It's never gonna. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like Overwatch is just gonna be pushing back to all the people playing it because Overwatch 2 is delayed, possibly indefinitely.
That wouldn't be that long of a delay, probably a month or so, I reckon.
See how we go. What was it the other thing I wanted to mention before we get going? Because Jesus Christ, it's nearly 3 hours. It's like, what? I thought we started. Well, no, we started at 9. And it was 10 your time.
Yeah, 3 hours.
League of Legends, because that new Netflix show is coming out. That's what I was thinking of with Netflix. League of Legends has got their new Netflix show coming out. And because of that, they've teamed up with Fortnite and have dropped Monopoly pieces in Fortnite.
Monopoly. That's
No,
a fucking.
but they've got
pretty ironic.
they've got the Jinx. They've got the Jinxie skin in the Jinx from League of Legends skin now in
Oh,
Fortnite.
it's sexual.
It's because it's the main character, their main icon for League of Legends, realistically.
I've never seen that person. I've seen the other ones.
Yeah, everyone talks about her. She's like the most common one to cosplay. But it is funny.
Weird.
But it is funny though that they dropped the Monopoly back blings for bloody for Fortnite, which I thought was hilarious. I'm like, oh my god, I can be the Scottish dog on my back. I can have top hat. I was like, that'd be cool if you're playing like Monopoly Fortnite, like actually in game, like a game of Monopoly in Fortnite. It works so well, but I mean, it kind of makes sense because they technically have collabed with Fortnite in the past, where they've made the Fortnite Monopoly board game that sold pretty badly. You can buy it now for like $10 at like Mr. Toys. I think $10 or $15 at Mr. Toys.
How are Marvel Studios not involved with Venom or Morbius? Well, they're not even touching it.
No, they're leaving it up
I
to
guess because
Sony.
Sony.
Pretty much, yeah. They're allowing them to do it.
Damn.
They're allowing them to do it and do what they need to do.
Hence why they're darker as well. Then really.
Yeah. See, that's exactly it. As
crazy.
soon as they step away, but like they've done it right, where they can still have people.
Look, that Morbius. That looks the best Marvel movie
Oh,
yet.
That's going to be so violent.
Actually, it's Jared Leto. He can do anything.
It's going to be so good.
Plays that sleep well, I reckon.
It's going to be so good.
I'm keen. January, not that far.
No.
Steelbook, I'm jumping on that straight away.
Everything's going to be here. Like, we've got bloody SpiderMan around the corner. And then we'll have Morbius. We've got Eternals in the meantime to get you by.
Venom, Spider-Man, Morbius, all in a month.
Well, the fact that we've got this month as well for Eternals, so people still... There's Marvel movies still.
Yeah.
So you've got Marvel... But I'm saying, like, in general, the sense of Marvel films, you've got one now, one next month, and then one the month after. Technically, you got two this month.
Marvel.
Technically, you got two. If it was in the order that it should have been released, we would have had October, November, December, January. That's in Australia. In the US,
Yeah, but
they've
Sony
got...
ones don't count. They're their own thing.
They're still Marvel films, though. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
Marvel
Sony
characters.
Pictures.
Still Marvel characters. And they're still set.
Spider-Man, Sony.
Still Marvel.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not saying
technically
Disney,
Sony-
though. I'm not saying Disney.
Oh yeah,
I'm saying Marvel.
yeah, but I'm.
And they're
after
part of...
watching, like the DC movies recently, and Marvel, step your fucking game. Make
But,
them AMA, make them R.
But those two, though, they're part of the phase. They're part of Phase 4. As well.
I had more fun watching those than I do Marvel now, like the Avengers and that. I tried rewatching them. They're not good.
Yeah, but I don't know. You watch, but that Suicide Squad is a lot better than. I mean, Suicide Squad is basically carrying everything, the whole DC on their back now.
Well, no,
Everything else has
Justice
been
League
pretty.
did that.
Yeah, luckily that we got that
Yeah, the
reboot.
Snyder Cut did, not the other one.
Like the other one was horrendous. Like if we didn't get the Snyder Cut, how do you think the rest of this thing's fucking? I still haven't even watched that. And apparently, I still got to watch it. I still haven't watched it.
Yeah, you got. Those aren't even tied in the same thing, though. I don't think Snyder Cut or the Justice League and the Suicide Squad.
It's I don't know. It's one of those things. I think people are trying to say it's
weird.
part of the new one now. Like they prefer Snyder Cut to be part of it.
Well, it's a continuation. It's not a reboot. It's more of a it's a sequel kind of thing because Harley Quinn continues from that into there. So,
Hmm.
and so does Captain Boomerang, but they did him dirty. They did him so dirty. Yeah, I want him to live. He's cool. He's one of the funny parts in the original Suicide Squad.
Yeah. I know there was some good
Wise
moments in
cracking,
that.
the wise cracking Australian.
It was that's what I
Yeah.
mean. There was so many good things, and there's so many characters that just like no, we're gonna clear them out. It's like why?
Hey, Weasel's alive. There's that.
Like, did
He's
you?
cool.
Yeah, but I'm saying like a lot of the OG characters from
I
the other
thought he
Suicide
spoke
Squads.
English, but he didn't. He just makes noises. What even is that
Oh,
thing? It's a dog. The conversation in that fucking plane was just stupid. It's a dog. Does it look like a dog? What kind of dog is it? Fuck's sake. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I want to
what
watch it
even happened
again.
to that?
What?
Oh, there was like a joke casting the other day, and now they're talking about that again. I
What?
don't know. The so-called God of War live action.
That's not going to be a thing.
It's died off again because
They
apparently.
can't get Kratos. Like, you can't. It's got to have the voice and shit of Christopher Judge and
Oh,
shit.
when was this even a thing? When did this come up?
There's no Kratos. I mean, although he didn't do. He did the 2018 one, that's it.
When was that listed? Because they had what's his name? That guy that played. Was it Ron Swanson? Have you seen people talking about that lately?
Nope.
Yeah, there's talks of like that guy who plays Ron Swanson. Is it Ron Swanson?
Playing Kratos?
Yeah.
Oh. What the fuck? You get The Rock to play Kratos.
Nick Offerman. Yeah, because apparently he's been getting really ripped lately.
You get The Rock to play Kratos or Batista or someone. You don't get fucking Nick Offerman.
Yeah,
Kratos is a fucking beast.
Yeah, because he's been apparently getting ripped and shit.
Technically, The Rock can play it because he's all.
Have you seen
he's got a grown
Nick
beard.
Offerman's latest photo with that beard? Oof.
I can play Kratos better than that. I got the beard for it.
Yeah, actually, this is back in September. This is trending. What the hell?
Let me see.
God of War fans obsessed with Nick Offerman playing Kratos.
Hadn't got the voice for it.
Ron Swanson as the Ghost of Sparta consider us sold. In case of almost perfect casting, fans want the legend that is Nick
I
Offerman to
don't know.
paint himself white, stick some tattoos on his face, and play the gaming giant. Yeah.
Is Nick Offerman a vegan? Fuck. What? I don't see any of that. What you're saying? Nick Offerman turned to marijuana for escapism. I see that.
Yeah, I typed Nick Offerman God of War, and yeah, that come up.
Nick Offerman gets down to earth. Nick Offerman gets philosophical of Mother Nature.
But yeah, no, what's the old talks? There was the old talks that
Very old because these are not even come up with Kratos.
you know, did you type in Nick Offerman God of War?
I typed in Nick Offerman.
You know, you got to type in Nick Offerman God of War. It's been picking up trend again, but it came back. It started trending back in September, but it's picked up
They want
traction
Nick
again.
Offerman to voice Garfield.
What's this talk here? I don't know when this was even done or if this was even legit, but apparently at one point, the adaptation was focused to have bloody Gerard Butler play Kratos.
You can't.
And they were going to film this year and come out next year apparently, but that's definitely dropped.
You can't make Kratos an old person.
It makes no sense because it says, but it had casted Idris Elba to play Boulder. What the fuck? What is this cast? Okay, let me read this cast listing for you. This is a bit sus now. This cast listing got to have been written on April 1st. This Gerard Butler one. Okay,
Yeah,
let me go here. Gerard Butler will become the Ghost of Sparta in the God of War film adaptation of that Sony Pictures plans to shoot in 2021 to release in 2022. We go through the cast listing here where we've got talks of besides Gerard Butler we've got leaves us more signs. Aidan Gallagher, the Umbrella Academy, who will play Atreus, the son of Kratos. Like, what the fuck? Then we've got Idris Elba as apparently playing Boulder, which makes no sense. Then you've got Freya, played by Melissa McCarthy. Ferdinand Simon will make his debut as Odin. Like, what the fuck is this movie? I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Odin's definitely got to be fucking Anthony Hopkins.
Like, what the fuck is this shit?
I think I've seen the picture with Offerman bald with a beard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been growing
Uh,
traction again lately.
no, I don't reckon.
So I don't think they'll ever make a movie though. Do you know
No,
why?
you can't.
Do you know why? Because they'll learn because this fucking Uncharted movie will come out, it will flop, and they're like, "No, we can't
No.
do any movies fucking
I
based
mean,
on."
it will flop to new people because they'll be like, what the fuck's going on?
Well, no, new people will try and get behind it, but then it'll be too
Yeah,
much
but people
because
like me who loves the game be like, fuck yeah, we'll love the movie. And then new people will be like, what just happened? What is that?
no,
What is that? What
no,
is that?
people like us that like the game will be like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Because they'll be like, "This has happened. This part's from this game," and you'll be like, "Oh, I remember that from the game. And I remember this from the game, and I remember this." But this happened in one. This part happening here is happening at three. Now this part's happening from two. Now
Yeah.
this one's happening from the lost
Yeah,
chapters.
but I
Now
reckon
this is one
Benji's
again.
directing it.
Hey.
Benji's directing it.
That's not always a good thing though. There's people that have like had good notoriety of directors being some fucking shit ass shit.
Also, it depends how long it is.
Because yeah, I don't think the Uncharted movie is going to be that good.
I reckon it's got potential. I'll probably most likely a 7 out of 10.
It'll be a watchable event, but it's not going to be like that's great.
Budget 120 million.
Yeah, 120.
Oof.
Ruben Fisher.
I don't know who that is. Story by Raph, hey? Or Raph. Comes out in February.
Oh, okay. He's okay. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm looking at his thing here.
He directed Zombieland. He directed
Venom,
and then produced Venom 2. Gangster Squad. He did.
which wasn't bad either. Okay, there's
Double Tap executive producer. The Mule was executive producer. Oh, he helped do an episode of Santa Clarita Diet.
that's a good show
He
too.
did one episode of American Housewives. He did 45 episodes of Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory as executive producer.
Hey, he's definitely a good person to have on there. Just
Next
depends if he
Big
does it
Show,
right.
Robin Big. He did a short back in 2007 called Masturbation.
Yeah, I saw that.
The Girls Guitar
Yeah, but
Club.
who wrote the
example.
story? That's the real question.
That's hilarious.
Who
Director.
wrote the story? Let's see.
The regional office.
Okay, he wrote the story for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
He did Superstore. Directed
22 episodes.
Stumptown, Zombieland, Double Tap, Venom, Spaced Out TV. Oh,
He wrote Chuck.
Okay.
Law and Order. Survivor. Yeah, it's in good hands.
Okay, he's done actually some pretty solid shit. So and he's had a decent track record.
It's in good hands.
So at least we're getting someone that's actually going to know their shit.
I'm hoping they've played the games to get the vibe, though.
Yeah.
No doubt they would have, because they're probably fans of it. You
I
wouldn't
was
be
going to
making
say, because I was very
if you're not a
skeptical,
fan.
because I'm like, it's like, I don't like
From
his-
what the trailer showed, though, it's very Uncharted, so hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, Sully needs his mustache.
Nathan Drake, Victor Sullivan, Chloe Fraser, Braddock, and Antonio Banderas.
Sully needs his mustache. If that's not in the final cut, I'm boycotting it.
What the fuck is there a photo of freaking Tom Holland with a mustache?
Because he's in he shouldn't have one. Nathan Drake don't have a mustache. He has a beard. He has like
Why is there a photo of the fuck is this from?
He has stubble most of the time, but he doesn't have a beard or mustache.
This cannot be Uncharted set photos. No.
No, it wouldn't have a mustache.
No, it's saying Tom Holland drops Uncharted set photo as the movie prepares for filming, and it's him with a fucking mustache. What? No, this is not.
It's him and Sully not. Maybe he had that for something other than that. Like, who knows?
That's what I'm thinking. You better, because it looks weird. But apparently,
no.
this is Uncharted set photos, and it's just got him with a fucking mustache.
Oh, well, movie's out in February, a couple of months. I'll be looking at that. I love me Uncharted. Finish them all. I hope they don't take from 4. I mean, I think Sam's in there, which is from 4. So,
Seems like it's
We'll
in
have to
good hands,
see.
but let's see how they narrate.
oh, dang it, don't yawn.
Art Markham, Matt Holloway, 3 writers.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just scared. The director and writer, they've done good things before. That should be able to make a good thing.
Okay, so one of the writers.
It's just Rafe. Stories by Rafe. Rafe. I don't know.
Art Markham. Art Markham. Art Markham had written screenplays for the new Master of the Universe movie that's not got a date. Oh, he wrote the screenplay for Kraven the Hunter. We've got a Kraven the Hunter movie coming. 2023.
Why hadn't that been announced then?
He's the writer for it.
Probably not written. That's probably why. Haven't got a trailer or nothing for it.
And then the clip has...
Phase 4 has been delayed, so maybe they're pushing everything back anyway.
And then in this clip that's related to the movie has Will Morbius and Doc Ock form the Sinister Six. The movie's being a Russian immigrant...
Doc Ock is good.
13th of the 1st, 2023. Russian immigrant Sergei Kravenov is on mission to prove that he is the greatest hunter in the world.
Yeah, but why Doc Ock is not a bad guy anymore?
But anyway, this dude Art has also written the new. He did the early form script of the new Transformers movie. He wrote the Uncharted,
another one.
Of course. He's done the Men in Black International. He did Transformers: The Last Night. He did Publisher Warzone. Punisher Warzone. He did
Activision.
he wrote Punisher Warzone. He did the screenplay for the first Iron Man movie, and he wrote
one good thing,
Shadow of Fear. And he did a short Transformers 5 uncovering the junkyard. So that's not too bad. He's done some
Last Night is not good. That movie was fucking horrible.
That was a split shit. Oh, okay. So interesting. This
Most
other
of that
dude,
stuff was
Matt Holloway, has also done writing. Has done writing on the Shadow of Fear, Iron Man, Punisher, Transformers: Last Night, Men in Black International, Uncharted.
The same movies.
The new and then the Kraven and the new So they've worked together.
Men in Black was trash.
And Rafi Judkins. Oh, okay. They've done some other stuff.
Yeah, he's the main one. He actually wrote the story.
Oh, okay. So Rafi has produced some stuff. He's done Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episodes, being a producer and supervisor producer. The Wheel of Time, and he's done Hemlock Grove. He's the screenplay writer for the Division movie. That's coming out.
That's not even a thing anymore.
That's coming out next year, apparently. Still, it's in pre-production.
You can't make that a movie.
He's doing Uncharted, of course. He's done Chuck. He's worked on Chuck. He's done Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
He's repeating what I said before.
Yeah, the 4400. Yeah, so he's done all that. So yeah, he's done writing on a lot of stuff with the other guy. Well, they were saying the other guy's done that stuff as well.
He has a better track record.
So they've done some decent stuff. So all these guys have actually done decent things. They've actually
but you can't have too many writers on the one thing because.
Well, it helps storyboarding because when you got one person just doing everything, it's a lot of work. So when you got 3 guys thinking heads and they work together, 3
different ideas as well.
Yeah, but they mash them together nicely and they work and they agree and they write it out and they.
I mean, we'll find out.
It happens. You have more than one person.
Good or not.
So it sounds like it could be pretty solid.
I think the story's mainly by Raf though, or Rafi. Like he made the story.
Well, I think he's the writer. The other ones were the others were screenplay. I think. Or...
Oh yeah.
Screenplay. What was it?
Because he was the actual story person. So.
Yeah, because you've got a storyboarder, and then you've got because he's just straight up Uncharted. He's classified as straight up writer for Uncharted. He's straight up just writer. I think the other guys were the screenplay and stuff like that, and script and stuff.
I don't judge. I've heard big movies before, and they come out and. I'm skeptical of every movie now.
So the fact that this got some pretty solid behind him, it seems pretty okay. Antonio Banderas. Sarah Patrick plays young woman.
We got Pussy Boots in there.
Patricia Medines plays as Spanish woman. It's like, okay. Chloe Fraser.
I had no idea.
Sophia Ali as Chloe Fraser.
You gotta have what the name is Chloe.
So interesting.
I got. I'm really skeptical about the Uncharted. If it's not right in the slightest, I'm gonna fucking hate it. Like, they can't change the characters. I know how they all talk and shit. They cannot change them.
Well, that's exactly it. You've got stuff like that too.
Like Chloe, she's a fucking smart ass.
Yeah, the attitude. You need to keep the right attitude behind the characters.
And Nate, he's a wisecracking fucking. Sully's more of the normal straight thinker, like just do A to B.
Yeah.
Like.
Whew. Well, that's a lot of stuff we've gone through. Jesus Christ, what an episode!
I still gonna play Far Cry 6.
I know. It's like 1:30 for you.
Sleeping tomorrow.
Sleeping tomorrow.
Your boy. Sleeping tomorrow. Sleeping till tomorrow night, really.
Yep.
I'm gonna finish Far Cry 1 sitting now.
Oh no.
From A to B.
Oh god.
I'm gonna get chorizo.
How far are you into it?
Not far.
How long do you reckon you're going to take you to finish it?
Another 50, 60 hours.
Oh god. Oh,
I've already done like a few main missions.
Oh, my hip.
That map is huge, man.
Yeah.
Bigger than 5. It's like near twice the size of 5. Probably not twice, but like 1.5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's big. It's beautiful. I love it. I was making cock jokes because of the rooster.
Oh my god.
And then I had a person in chat to say, "Is your cock following you?" Oh.
Where's your cock at?
Yep, that's right. Yeah, that was a thing. Because you died. No, where's your cock? Oh, he's fucking dead.
He's got a dead cock. Limp dick.
That's gonna happen the whole game. I know it. Because I'm not changing him.
Yeah. You keep
That rooster's the best.
Yeah.
Chicharron.
And you've gone on the cockfights?
I haven't found one yet. Haven't found one. You got to collect all the cocks, though. There's like 20 of them.
Yeah, exactly. All the cocks. You got to get all the cocks. You got to grab them all. Got to grab them all.
That's the real name for a rooster. Like, you don't call them rooster.
Grab them cocks. Cock grabber. There's 20 of them. So the mighty cock grabber. The achievement unlocked. Mighty cock grabber.
That should have been my Demon Souls name. My character, Major Cock Grabber.
The mighty cock grabber.
Mighty Cock Grabber. I was gonna call my settlement on sauce. It was Corporal McCockleton.
Corporal McCockleton.
Because I made that, I'm like, I want to change my name. Corporal McCockleton. I didn't do it. I forgot.
Oh, mine. Oh, mine.
Oh, my God. I'm going to bed.
Anyway. I'm going to bed.
No, I'm going to play some Far Cry.
Oh. We'll do the usual.
Are we done?
I think so. Done? I think so.
I got nothing.
I think that's it. End of that shit.
Your eyes open, all that shit. You're so, yeah. Oh. Yes. What a fucking episode. Woo. Episode 44. I need to write down the main number. We're nearly at 100.
Yeah.
It's like 80, 90, 80 something. It's crazy.
I gotta work it out.
Thank you, Beardies and Beardettes, for joining us. Episode 44. We've been Dale and Jim.
It's been crazy.
And we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye. Don't forget to run over your
Guardians?
cock. Oh. What do you say, Guardians?
I legit was playing, and Salah goes, "We're gonna have a few laughs."
Have a few laughs.
He said that in there.
What, in the game?
In the game.
Gonna go have a few laughs.
I'll actually look at something.
Oh
I'll
no.
click something. Yeah,
That's like
he
our
says it.
thing. That's like our thing from like throwback to like every time we'd like,
Oh,
"You ever have you laughs?" At the end of the episode.
yeah, if you laughs.
Yeah, have a few laughs.
uh,
Get. Juddy, when you come back on the
Juddy.
podcast, bro.
What happened to Juddy? Oh, fuck. What ended it?
He's supposed to be streaming again. He said he's going to get back to streaming. Like, oh, you come back to the podcast? He goes, no, I'm streaming. I'm like, oh, I see how it is. Huh?
I don't think he is, though.
No, I don't think he's streamed yet. He's got his setup, but I don't think he's done that either. He did just. Oh, yeah. I have to send it to you. He did a duet to my thing, and I was talking about. I made a joke about a reach around. I did it on purpose, and he goes, "Oh, the reach around." I gotta find it and send it to you. It's friggin' hilarious.
Okay, you wanna
Jay loves a good reach around.
listen to this. This is what I mean. This is I nearly lost it.
Bring it.
How do you play songs in there again? Oh, it's M. Ah, fuck! What did I press? I changed Discord.
No,
No, I changed Discord by accident. Listen to this.
These doors are sealed tight.
Just look for another way out.
Drax, hit that panel where all the wires connect.
Step aside.
Where is it?
Come out to the coast. We'll get together. Have a few laughs.
What's that?
Nothing.
No, that. They must have.
Give me there if you laughs.
Yeah, I got lost.
That's fucking. That's. Go to the coast. Have a great time. Have a few laughs.
How good is that?
Oh, that's great. It's fucking solid. Scooty bop bop nut boom.
I was just chilling, just vibing the game, and it's just like, oh,
Oh.
they copied the voices from the fucking movies, though.
They try to be like the characters.
I mean, because what people know, though, I think that's it.
I guess it's like the Avengers game. They're trying too hard to try and be themselves, but
it's
like
done
them.
right though. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't imitate them.
Yep.
That's just natural.
Like the
Like,
first
the game
game
is good.
Like the first game, Avengers was trying a bit too hard.
Yeah, like that Thor. Oh my god, fuck's sake!
I know, so much like it.
Like Drax on there sounded good.
Yeah.
It's so good. The game, I give it a 9 out of 10. Easy.
9 out of 10.
Not a 10 because the combat. Yeah, it's not the best.
Come by, play the game, give it 9 out of 10. Have your laughs.
Have you laughs? You wouldn't think that was in Guardians, would you?
Oh my god.
It makes sense because it's in the 80s, but
Yeah, it just shows you when he left Earth and.
yeah, I don't know when it's set, but it's
Because he was a kid
no,
and he
he
left.
was a kid in the 80s, wasn't he? And then he
Yeah.
had the thing afterwards, yeah. So he
when
would have watched Die Hard.
Yeah, and then not long after he left.
It's just so chill about it. Just comes out of nowhere.
Go to the beach. Have your laughs.
Yeah, have your laughs. The funny thing was, he was going through a vent as well. Like he was going through a little thing. Not a little thing, but like a thing. It's where he said about the wires and shit. It's just done well. There's those throughout the game. You have to play it. Eddie actually, did you tell him I was playing it?
I think so, yeah.
He's like, hey, I've been playing Guardians. Is it any good? I'm like, yeah, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
You have a few laughs.
9 out of 10, have a few laughs.
I'm putting that as a sound thing on my fucking Twitch, I think.
Have a few laughs.
Together, have a few laughs. I put my version on there. I can't copyright Bruce Willis.
No.
I hope there's a new Die Hard movie coming.